Hello.
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 I said,
Hello.
I said I was ready, and then I wasn't ready. But
Well.
we'll be okay.
That's
Let's
not the
play.
first time it's happened.
Let's
Won't
play
be the last.
D&D. No, I like to think that I'm an organized DM, but I prove to myself and everyone else on a regular basis that I'm not.
I think that's a matter of perspective because the fact that you have more than one page of notes and you have multiple tabs open with sources ever before we sit down to play makes you sound super organized and put together to me. So
Regardless, let's play some D&D. This is episode
Who knows?
something.
Season 2, episode
Season
5?
2, episode something.
98.
Oh shit, are we getting real close to the 100?
I think so, but then I also lost track of numbering at some point, and I have a big chunk that just says it's all gone wrong. It's like realigns. I don't know where it went wrong.
Oh dear.
Yeah, okay.
I love us. I love us so much.
Yeah, we are good. We are really good. Okay. Oh shit, I need to name something. I forgot to name it. Oh my god. Okay, fine. I've done it. Anyway, you'll know.
Just waiting to meet
You'll know.
Bob the Blob.
No, it's very similar to something else.
Oh dear.
It's gonna be so and so-and-so's brother.
It's fine.
Eh.
Yeah. Was it Maven and was it
David.
And Maven and David, Maven's brother.
This is Baven. Daven's half brother with Maven. Half brother
It's
to
so
Maven.
funny.
Daven.
It's just so funny. All right, okay. At the beginning of today's session, we will have a prompt. We do prompts sometimes, most of the time, almost every game, I would say. And in this one, I was too busy preparing other stuff, so I made these guys pick the prompt instead. That's different in one particular way, because we realized that not everybody had access to the spreadsheet with all the responses, which made me feel like an evil villain who was hoarding all of the responses for his own nefarious goals. Which is obviously not true because Jenny also had access to it. But now everyone has access to it, so they can see it.
It
took me a year at work to get access to the staff shared area. It took me 2.5 years at Housebound Adventuring to
So these guys are going to do. They've chosen a prompt. What also needs to be done is you guys need to tell me what happens at the inn this week.
Yes, I realised the inn stuff, and then I realised that we hadn't actually really solidly thought of what we would do. What are we doing for that? Is one person every week gonna
one
do
person
a
each
thing?
week? We're gonna rotate around it if someone wants to try and keep track of who's doing what. And then you guys can come up with some silly little thing, and I will roll to see how much money you made that session, and it will magically teleport into your bag of holding because who's here to micromanage finances?
Not us.
Not us.
Not us.
All right, so who's going up first?
I'll take the hit on the
you
first
go.
one.
Okay, all right.
Can we do it after the prompts?
Sure, yeah. Prompts first. In the meantime, whilst you guys are thinking of that, let's do a short little recap of what happened last session. In last session, let me stop the music and then start the music again because I realised that not everyone's going to hear it. And there we go. It should come on, I hope, eventually. In our last session of HBA, what the fuck happened? You guys left Deadlock. You are all adventurers in Cormier. Let's start from the beginning of the entire
real recap.
Long recap. I'm buying you time.
Very good place to start.
You guys are adventuring in Cormier. You've returned to the material plane, and someone tried to kill Nurali. You guys did away with the person who was trying to kill Nurali without asking too many questions. And then after that, you decided to leave after acquiring the tavern that you were previously staying at, the Blushing Kiss Inn. That means that you guys are going to start having to figure out what happened there each week, even though it's not in-game weeks. And you're going to earn a little bit of cash dollar from it as a return on your investment. Now, I think I can still realize. Casually had Netflix on in the background.
Multitasking.
just
Still.
I'm right out of here. And you had been politely asked to leave after the fight that you had in the tavern. Did a lot of damage because it's bad for business to bring a bunch of fights around. And on the road, you had set off towards Weymouth. Weymouth is where you'd kind of had a direction for many moons ago, almost a full year in game, where you'd heard that there was a dragon around Weymouth that needed dealing with. In more recently, you've heard that Weymouth is now home to an annual kind of speedrun tournament where adventurers can test their skills and see if they can get through this particular gauntlet as quickly as they possibly can. And now, on the road, you bumped into your friend Caspian Kinshire. Not Caspian Kinshire, Garius Sariel. Plot twist, Garius Sariel, who was on the road, walking in the opposite direction. In fact, he actually was going to Liber Aman's monastery, if you recall. He was off there to go chat to Master Kulf. Wonder why that is. He revealed to you that he is currently working closely with the king, the royal court, rounding up spooky, scary, purpley skeletons, well, mostly artifacts. Very similar to the Absit Luna, the giant greatsword that you'd found that was matte black and, just spooky and evil for shoresies. So he's been rounding those up on behalf of the king, and you guys bumped into each other, and he had a bit of a word with Nurly on the side. That was what that highlight reel was at the beginning of our session, where Nurly essentially lore dumped everything that she possibly could on Garius, with very little encouragement. And
Let's not say.
I was kidding. I'm kidding. But Nurly dropped a lot of the lore, opened up a lot of, for good reason, because it turns out Garius Sariel is not only also an Aasimar, similarly to Nurly, they're related.
I have a brother.
Oh my god. So Garius Sariel, clearly already a paladin who's fighting for the safety of the Cormier Empire, fighting the good fight, turns out to be related to you. He mentioned that he also had not heard from your shared mum, which is obviously concerning to the both of you, as that is something that you would usually have in dreams, daily, nightly, very regularly at least, and it hasn't been for a little while now. And that was pretty much it. You sent him off with a teleport spell. He said bye-bye, and he said, watch out for that grimoire. It's bad news, which you initially declined having ever heard of, and pretended that you didn't know anything about it, despite the fact that Randall has been using it for a full year. And then eventually maybe spilled your guts a little bit on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gone now. You also bumped into a little lad who wanted to impress his love interest with the jewel thing on the road. That was a fun little encounter.
It was fun.
And don't forget, Oro got inspiration point for that, so make sure that's on your
Just did.
character sheet.
Is that?
Okay. Then you guys arrived at Weymouth. Finally, Tom gets to the point. You guys arrived at Weymouth. Weymouth is several stories of buildings tucked into a very small, compact little town, really more of a village, at a crossroads that is heading eventually off to Sazale. Now, it's in the dead center of the King's Forest, and it is very, very packed amongst a bunch of trees. I described the alleyways as very, very tight, You can see that they are kind of filled with market stalls that are extremely shallow and kind of along the roads. But the most important thing that you recognize is that there are several layers of houses. They're very, very tall, but that's helpful in this case because there is a thick layer of goop, like a grey-green goop, that is covering the entirety of the town, or at least I say covering, it is from the bottom up. The streets are submerged. All of the people who live here appear to be on the rooftops. You can see that occasionally they've got kind of planks of wood, etc., that are leading between the rooftops, so that they can travel amongst them. And you ended the last session by having a little chat with an old lady who was sat at the top of one of these rooftops. We'll start our session there, but after doing our prompts. So, what was our prompt for this week, Nurali?
Our prompt was, what is a very silly magical item your character would want to own?
Do we have in the spreadsheet who that was given by?
Grace Uwu.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
That's Grace. Ooh.
Thank you very much for your prompt there, Grace. Who wants to go? Who wants to start?
Oh, by the way, Mr. Wiggle isn't an actual character. I just lied. I thought it'd be funny if they were cousins of Mr. Bobby. The Wiggles is a thing, though. That's a kid's TV
True.
show, so
Mhm.
probably a Mr. Wiggles somewhere. But
Mr. Wiggle.
No
Mr.
wiggle.
Wiggle somewhere. I'll start because when we were talking about it and being like, do you want to do this one? And I forget who it was at first said they knew. Somehow that like rocketed into my brain the best idea. So I don't know if anyone else is gonna remember this. So Nurley's hair, she tends to like kind of like braid up and out of her face, like it'll be down in the back, but there's like there's a lot of it, right? So she's like the crown braid sort of thing going on, right? So there was this stupid little machine that they tried to market. It was horrible when I was younger, and it was like you would put like your hair in it and it would braid it for you.
yeah.
And she would have a little like, but you wouldn't have to do anything. It would just be like a little wand, and all it would do is braid your hair. And she would just have her little magic braid wand. Just sleepy in the morning, just run it over her hair and braid it, and not have to think about it.
Smart.
That is a great answer. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Mhm.
Anyone else got some stupid magical items? Sorry, silly magical items.
I have a silly magical item. It's a small box. It's about, I don't know, this big. Not very big. It's got a little flap down door on the front, and it has exactly enough space to fit a single sprout within. And then you close it, and then it cooks that sprout to perfection.
Oh.
And you're like however you want it cooked, if you want it like roasted or if you want it steamed. But only one sprout at a time.
Wow.
A little bit of butter and like one little bacon bit.
How long does it take?
15 minutes.
Pretty reasonable.
It's not. That's so
But it's
inconvenient.
perfection. Yeah. That's what makes it so silly. It's like it's not at all
microdose
practical.
sprouts for the whole day. If you want a meal, you just gotta be eating sprouts the entire day.
Mhm.
I love it. That's so good. That's so good. Okay, moving on. Next silly item.
Jack,
Go on,
you can
Jenny.
go. No, you can go.
Oh, I came up with a bit of blank for this one actually. Most of my ideas have been used already. So I've written it in the style of how I've written everything on the spreadsheet. So it's called Scissors Bane. Is an item used to blunt or destroy any pair of scissors in the land. It came in a box, in like a slot in the box, and there's 2 other slots that Haiku cannot find what goes in them. It's a rock. It's just a rock.
I like that a lot. I think that's a really good idea. That's a really good idea.
It's probably someone sold it to Haiku. It's like, oh, this shit. This is really good to blunt things. It's just a rock.
That's so good.
Ah, maybe that's what Randall's Pebble does. Maybe that's what's magic about it.
Scissors Bane.
Oh my
Scissors
God.
Bane. Oh my
item lore
god.
between
That's
all
a
the
really
items.
good, it's a really good silly magical item, and I love the name for it as well. That's so good.
The fact that the box has other like places of entry that you don't know where it goes to makes me think of that like, and where does this one go? Yeah, that's right, in this
Yeah.
square hole.
Like you get
Somebody
bored,
who
they
knows
just
what it
sit there
does.
trying to put it
Yeah.
in the other slots.
Oh, okay.
The item I thought of, I kind of struggled with, but you know, umbrellas that you can press a button on and it'll auto like push out. It's one of those, except it auto extends to a ladder. So because Aura's quite short, she needs to reach high places sometimes. So it's just a normal like 6-foot ladder, but it like is an extendo button, so it just goes and then it like packages down to here. So I don't know what would specifically make it
Wow.
magical other than it can go quite small, but but that was the first thing I thought of.
I kind of just love that. I'm not even sure I'd think they're especially silly. It's just excellent.
I mean,
I like the idea of it. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you got.
I like the idea of it looking like a little Oro-sized walking stick, and then it expands out sideways, so you could walk with it like a normal walking stick, and then it'll swoop out to the side, and you just like
Have a little
turn it
step
up
ladder.
vertically and have a little ladder. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
I was gonna say Aurora would look pretty silly next to a 6-foot. I mean, a 6-foot ladder is gonna look fucking huge compared to Aurora.
Yeah.
Okay. And last but not least, what the fuck has happened at the Blushing Kiss Inn this week?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, the inn has just suffered has just had quite the battle, you know, take place within it, and we kind of left with haste after that, didn't we? Most of the stalls were ruined in the conflict, and if they weren't ruined, they were deemed unsafe to sit on. It's quite difficult to get stools just like that. You've kind of got to make them when you're in, you know, Cormay and whatnot. And so, Lavender?
Mhm.
Yeah, Lavender has basically spent the entire week going around the local area, borrowing people's stools and chairs to put in the bar.
Oh,
And now the entire place just looks like it's Christmas Day, and you've had to get the emergency chairs out and like that. And so Lavender's week has been fine, and then when people come in and be like, what's with all the chairs, and Lavender not really wanting to say and explain it. Basically, very boring, dull thing that people keep asking her about.
I love it. I think that's extremely apt, very appropriate. Your your investment has made you -8 gold this week.
Shit.
As Lavender has had to go around paying off some debts so that she could borrow the chairs.
Whoops.
Whoops. Okay. Lovely. I really love the idea of these silly magical items. A device that tells you how old a turtle is. A magical book that you can put another smaller book inside, and it folds in so you can still read the bigger book. Wow, that's cool.
The scale is baby, medium, and ancient. That's excellent.
That's silly. I like it. Very good answers. Everyone gets a high five. Right.
Wow.
D&D.
How do we claim?
How do we claim?
How do you claim IRL only? Sorry.
Wait.
Damn.
That's tough. Okay, right. Let's play some fucking D&D. Some fucking D&D. Now, you guys have arrived late evening at Weymouth. And you are currently... did you guys get onto the rooftops, or did you say you were going to get on the rooftops and then we called it quits?
I think we were yelling up to someone from the ground outside,
Yeah.
not in the slime.
We were
Okay,
talking to an
yes.
old lady.
You were far enough away that the old lady was...
She blamed Jared Littlewand and called him the little shit.
That's
Yeah.
why I've got that name written down.
Jared Littlewand, yeah, that's right. So what are we thinking about the scene that we have set in front of us? Characters.
We're still on the ground,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's goop in front of us.
loads of it.
I mean,
Everyone turns to look at Randall at the exact same time, just quietly and waiting to see what happens.
And
I,
Randall's
was
just
just
like,
say, I think we're perfectly prepared for this.
Might take a while, but we can get rid of this too.
I reckon with a little motivation, we get Randall on like a little bit of an exercise regime. All right for it.
Like competitive eaters who like people don't think about it, but a lot of times they like train really hard because the way they're managing to eat all that food is by having like really strong cores. Their stomach doesn't fucking explode or whatever. Oh my god, that'd be so funny though.
I would like to remind everybody, Randall was cursed that
Yes.
caused this. It wasn't his own volition that he went and ate all the goop.
Did you not develop a taste for it?
I mean, it did
I think
show
that
him
was
some
part of the curse too.
knowledge nuggets last time. So
How wise is what's Randall's wisdom score?
16.
Okay, so he's probably wise enough to know that it wasn't. Let's not go dunking our head in any old
It's the wrong
goop.
kind. It's the wrong kind of goop. It's not purple. At least I assume it's not purple.
Dear me.
What
It's
Oh
not
my god,
purple,
does
no.
it look-
I've
okay.
described it as a greyish green,
I thought so.
Aki.
Okay.
like an unwell snot colour.
Oh.
Oh,
Actually,
yummy.
We've like
That was visceral.
rested since we left, right?
Nope.
No.
Not since I sent Garius Sariel off. But I think it did take us 2 days to get there.
Nope.
get
Took
from-
one
no?
one day to get from Deadlock to Weymouth. You have not rested.
Oh. Good. That's fine.
And we should find. Wait, what time of the day is it?
Late evening.
Oh, time to find somewhere to sleep.
Can I shout
Preferably
up
on
at
the
lady?
second floor.
I want to shout up at the lady. Be like, is there somewhere we can stay that's not on the ground with goop?
Well, you could find a rooftop, I guess. They're mostly taken up, though.
Maybe we just sleep outside the town tonight.
What? Maybe the goop moves. I don't know.
Does the goop move?
The goop could move. Probably. It's been expanding steadily.
We should definitely not be sleeping down here.
Is it possible to get to like the building without going? Like does the goop end before the building? on
It
the
seems to have
outskirts?
spread at least a little bit beyond the sides of the buildings, yeah.
Okay, so I can't just like walk up to the side of the building.
No. The town is, like I said, densely packed around
Okay.
trees. So those are an option. The
Oh.
buildings themselves are very close together, but they're also packed to the rim around these trees. They're extremely
Okay.
close.
Can I just walk up the tree and then walk onto the roof then?
You could find your way. You could walk up a tree and then walk up another tree and then walk up another tree and then walk up the side of the building. Do you know what I mean? Like there are several trees in the way, but you could
Okay.
easily. They would be no problem for you.
It's
I want
easy
to do that.
stomp.
And I want to have a look around to see how packed the rooftops are. Like, are we?
So
Yeah.
it's not quite as busy as she made it sound.
Yeah,
There are
I thought
there are
so.
spaces, but the rooftops do have people on them. Each rooftop probably has one or two people. You suspect the tenants of the people who lived in the houses.
There's actually quite a lot of space up here on the rooftops. If we can find someone to let us stay with them.
Okay. How are we all
Yeah,
going to get up there?
Yeah, how do we get up?
Can Nugget carry everyone independently? Like,
Nugget could carry one person at a time.
But can okay, so all right, I can just get Nugget to do it then. Are all the roofs like? I'm trying to imagine what the buildings look like to carry on the roofs.
Well, I could help you out with that.
I'd love that.
Yeah. Help us out with that. There's a screen.
Let's move you over to the map.
Oh, it is densely packed.
I made this map.
Cute. Oh my
Oh,
god,
cool.
cute!
I made it in Dungeon Draft.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
made
actually
it
really like Dungeon Draft.
99% of it in the 20-30 minutes before our last game.
Okay, where are we then? Are we?
Hashtag not sponsored unless.
Where
Unless.
are we in relation to the map?
So you are off the map, south. No, you would be off the map east, really, wouldn't you? Because that's where you're coming in.
I believe you. I had no idea until you said that.
So we'd be able to see that gargoyle statue. Well, statue.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one house with the 2 trees. Oh man.
If
Accidental
Nega
penis
wants-
tree and penis house.
Wait, what? Where?
Oh, I
This
see it.
I didn't see it before. That's funny.
Is that supposed to be grass or goop? This is all grass, but also consider it goop.
Mhm.
I couldn't
should be,
find something that would adequately goop everything, so you're gonna have to imagine the goop.
Depending upon how long it's been here. Okay, so but there's a lot of really shifting ground where I grew up, so a lot of people don't have like in-ground pools because the likelihood of it just breaking with some like moderate tectonic activity is really high. So a lot of people have above ground pools, and like at the end of the summer they come down and the area under it, the grass is still like alive usually, but is super yellow and like slicked down. And I just imagine all the grass under the goop is like that. It's under the pool, slicked down. I don't remember why I went to that much detail to explain that. I feel like there was a purpose to it, but who knows? Maybe there wasn't.
It's real goopy down there.
Just Scooby. If Nugget wants to drop me off on a rooftop, I can start asking people if there's somewhere we can stay.
Mhm. Right. Oh, take me.
Nugget grabs you, carries you on top of one of the rooftops. We don't need to use the map too much. It's just like, I think it's nice to have I couldn't find something that properly depicted how dense I imagined this place was. So it's just everything, all the trees and stuff are really close together with the buildings. There's barely street.
Right. Okay.
So you are plopped down on this rooftop by the gargoyle.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of you are obviously transported by Nugget too, if that's all right with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which rooftop was the old lady on?
So that's the one that you've just been dropped on.
Okay. I take the little bridge over here and see if there's anybody up on this rooftop.
Okay. Well, surely enough, there are 2 elderly gentlemen sat on top of that building there. Oh, hello there.
Hi.
Adventurers, then, is it?
Yes.
Here
That
to
obvious,
fix the goop?
Well, maybe that we didn't know about it until just now, but we're sure gonna look into it.
Great.
We'd love it if we could sleep somewhere. Can we use your roof?
Oh, he looks over to his partner. You can see the desperation in his eyes, as if he's looking for an excuse to say no.
You don't have to say yes. I was just asking.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, it's probably
pay
fine.
you.
I mean, I will say that this is quite a slopey roof. You might fall off. It's not the best place to stay. You can stay, that's fine, but it's quite slopey. It gets very slick when it's wet, so if it rains tonight, you might just slide right off. You can stay. I'm just saying it's dangerous.
How about I see if there's somebody else with less slippy roof, and if not, then we'll come back here maybe, and we can
Okay,
pay you.
well, sure. If you fancy, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Good one, Selby. Thanks, Jonathan.
So I'll just. Do you mind if I just walk across carefully? Is that
Oh
okay?
yes. Well, everyone's been getting used to that.
So I'll walk over to the other end and see if there's anybody on this roof.
Sure. It turns out there is one kind of middle-aged individual who's sat here. You can see they've got kind of like a greyish, dark skin, and what looks like an apron.
Ooh, are they like a baker?
Uh,
Is it a flowery apron or like a food-covered apron?
It's a food-covered apron. Yeah.
Okay, they're a cook.
Sorry, flowery in the sense of food in the sense of like it's been used to prepare meals. It's definitely flowery.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
I see that you're having a little bit of trouble, and we'd like to look into it, but we need a place to stay, and since there doesn't seem to be like an inn that's functioning based on the information we've been given, we're wondering if we can stay on your roof just for a night, hopefully. We could pay you.
She stands up and turns around, and you can see that she has a big like gold KS inscribed on the front of her apron.
Yes. What is that name? I have that in my notes. I have it in my notes.
And she says that would be acceptable to me. There is plenty of room on this rooftop for one evening at least. Though I would rather that my invitation doesn't extend beyond this night. We can revisit this perhaps the night after. But, perhaps a small amount of gold would be nice.
Oh, of course. We would pay an inn anyway.
I'll take one gold. One gold each would be ample.
Okay. And I like wave back to everyone and point over at the roof.
So this is Celtic Salomore.
Is it actually Celtic Salomore?
This is Celtic Salomore. This is the baker whose shit was stolen all the way back in the original.
Yes.
All of her shit was stolen in a village that was pre-haiku. I think. Was it pre-haiku? I think it was pre-haiku.
No, because
no, it wasn't.
Was it post-haiku?
Was it the
Oh,
Tupperware?
no, you're right. Yes, it's the Tupperware. Yeah, it's not.
Oh, yeah, that was early haiku.
Yeah.
that was where we got the good sound bites. Jack accidentally saying.
Yeah.
And wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
That's from that. Yeah, that's from there as well.
Oh.
Wow.
I finally found it in my notes
More
where I
you know.
have initials on the bag in Lily's hand. KS the Drow is named Kothic Cellamore. So did we meet Kothic in that town too? No, so everybody in
They
that
already
town just
leave.
had stuff that was taken from Kothic Cellamore.
Yeah, they were there. You just didn't meet them.
And then they left, and then they're
Oh.
here now.
Yeah.
Oh my
Right.
god, that's so funny.
Why are we paying them, by the way?
Didn't we find their towels somewhere else or something?
Yes.
Yes, we found poor Kothic stuff just spread all across Cormyr. People
Okay.
just taking stuff from her left and right.
It's become a meme.
If we get any bedding, we have to take it.
The actual enemy is the Housebounding Association, which is trying to keep gentrification going. Yeah, lovely gentrification.
Yeah.
Yeah, woo.
Everybody disliked that. Is there a path to that roof, or are we gonna have to make a jump?
It's a short jump. I wouldn't make you roll for it.
Okay.
You guys are
Probably
high
the
enough level
best.
to do a small little jump.
Excellent.
I just give them 5 pieces of gold from my own thing, especially as soon as Haiku's like, "Why are we paying them?" I'm like, "Just take this gold. I don't care."
I'm just saying, because we're inevitably going to help them out. That should
Yeah, but
be
we would-
payment enough.
We would pay an inn.
Yeah, but the inn is a service.
In this case, the Celtic has been offered money and they've accepted it.
I offered. I figured,
Okay.
especially after the first 2 people
They
were
didn't
like,
ask.
"Hmm."
They didn't ask for
Yeah.
money. They
That's
were
fair
offered
enough.
and they've said yes.
Next
And
time,
you know
can
what?
we
It's
have
free
a
for you,
discussion
Haiku.
before we offer out money to people?
I don't know,
We're losing gold on this inn. We can't just start giving it out.
If it, you know what? if it were gonna be a substantial amount, I would definitely like stop and like have a conversation about it. But the fact that I was like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna do it myself. Like I'm not worried about it. I feel like we're imposing on their roof, so I shall shell out the 5 gold.
Thanks very much for the D6 there, Marco. Very much appreciated. Let's take down the gentrification. Just us and a D6 against the world.
Us and a D6. So fly like a D6. Okay. I feel like I almost want to be like, did people take a bunch of stuff from you that you have somehow inscribed your initials onto? But I'm not going to, because I feel like that could cause some distress.
Do we have any of her stuff still?
I don't know that we ever had it.
Or
I
did
think we
just...
kept seeing it around.
Gotcha. Feels like something I should have been picking up.
Yeah,
Look, what a collection that would be.
Oh my god. Imagine if you had, though, you had been trading for that, and then we walk into this town and you just like walk up onto this roof and your shell is filled with monogram
KS
stuff
all over it.
that says KS all over
Oh,
it.
did you have to roleplay? I'm your biggest fan.
I
I've been
love
looking
your
for you
chaos.
everywhere. No, you don't even know anything about their cooking. You just have seen their stuff everywhere and have assumed that they're a celebrity. And so just show up with all their missing shit.
I love what you do. Oh, what is it that I do?
I don't know, but you're really popular. Everybody has your stuff.
Famous designer.
So you guys settle down on the rooftop. If you guys are all happy to pitch up, as it were, on the top of this roof here.
Yeah, I want to make small talk with them.
Yeah, what do you want to say?
And just ask them like, how long's the goop been around, and then be like, so what do you do?
Fab.
You're a wealthy family.
So they they said, well, the goop's been here for maybe 2 days. It happened overnight and just seemed to get worse. At first we thought that maybe it wasn't going to be a problem, but it started to rise a couple of feet off the ground in goop levels, is what we've been referring to it as. It seems to digest biological material. At least that's what we've been seeing. I kind of peeked off the edge to see into the window. My bakery seems to be fine. The pies are still kind of suspended almost. Perhaps it requires life to be interested in it. I don't really know much about it, but all I can say is that I'm hoping that it's dealt with quickly. We're used to adventurers coming through here and solving all sorts of problems, but usually they're problems that they've started themselves. I don't think this was you guys.
No, not the right goop.
Not the right kind of goop for you.
Not the goop you're looking for.
Not this group scoop.
Well, I hope that you are able to resolve it, because I'd like to get back to business.
Bakery sounds incredible. I would love to own a bakery one day, just for the smells alone.
The smells are the best part of the job. The clientele can be tricky, especially sometimes they like to finger more than the pies. That sounded sexual. It's not sexual in any way. It means they're stealing all of their shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
An actual phrase?
I don't know. It is. It's a fucking D&D, bro.
It is now.
I can make up whatever phrase I like.
Hi, Evan.
Hey, Evan.
Oh wow.
What a time to join.
Welcome to Cultic Salamore, casually getting fingered.
Actually getting, what did you just say?
What? Huh?
Nothing.
Well,
Nothing at all.
Fingered that shit.
That's what I thought you said. Okay. Is that like slang for being stolen from? Is that what's happening here? No, it's
In
not.
this case,
Okay.
in this case, it is.
Oh, okay.
Any normal other conversation? No, not at all.
No.
Listen, sometimes
No.
sometimes
though.
you trip over your words and you say something you're just going to roll with, and I'm rolling with it today.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Having your shit fingered means having your stuff stolen.
You know what's funny is initially I thought you said think of, and that's why I was
Oh.
just kind of like, oh, okay,
No,
okay,
no.
think of. No,
We're
that's not what you
rolling with
said,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
I asked ChatGPT and they said Tom is right.
No, Miku. Sora, what no?
That's a cute little nurgling you got there.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Should maybe we should go to bed. Should we sleep?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you think your pies are still okay down there? Did you say?
I can see some of them on the shelves through the window. They appear to be in one piece.
Can I have a look?
Yeah,
See if
easily
we can-
enough for
like-
especially for you. It's no problem at all. Kind of getting an angle on the window so you can see into the building.
Does it look like I
Spider
can
climb
get?
boots.
Yeah.
Just walk down the
Yeah.
wall, look.
Yeah,
in.
precisely.
Does it look like I could get in, spider climb across the ceiling, and then like scoop up some pies?
You absolutely could, yeah.
I would like to do that.
Wait,
So
now Dox is fingering the pies. Sorry, Randall.
Yep, that's canon, as that's what that
Uh,
means. So the buildings, like I said, they're all multiple stories, right? So we're talking about maybe 30 foot off the ground. As you kind of climb down, you can see 3 sets of windows. The top one seems to kind of peer into what looks like maybe a bedroom. The second looks like it peers down into a larger two-storied room, which is the bakery itself. You can see down into it, and a couple of the shelves still have pies on them. The rest of it there's about 15 foot worth of goop filling the entire shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of goop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just any pies that look goop free enough in the bag of holding.
Let's go completely goop free, not goop free enough.
enough.
Yeah.
So you're happy with any old pie as long as it's not covered in goop.
Well, like what I'm thinking is if the pie tray, I'm imagining they're in like little foil dishes or like
Yeah,
little
yeah,
dishes.
Yeah.
If like the bottom of the dish has a bit of goop on it, that's probably fine because we can like take the pie out of it. But like if it's up the
Right.
sides, then that's probably a no.
Yeah, okay. Roll me an investigation check as a loot roll.
Can we trust Randall enough to pick these pies well?
No.
Randall's
do
already
I-
communicated what's going on, so Randall.
Randall's just disappeared. Randall's
can I
rolls
get
off the side of the
advantage?
building into the goop.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
get
Just
advantage.
walked off the side.
because I'm using my eyes to determine or my sense of
No.
looking. No,
No.
to determine pies.
Unless have you seen the Taskmaster task where they've got to try and determine the insides of the pies without penetrating the pies? Because that's what you're doing right now. And it did not involve sight. Okay.
I find 12 pies, right? That's what that means.
You find there are 3 pies that are close enough to you that you could grab them without issues.
Okay, I'll grab those and take them back up,
Sure.
and then present them to the person I forgot their name. But like I
Conflict
got
zone.
these. I
Oh,
got
okay.
these. If you wanna, well, I thought maybe you'll get hungry at some point, or you might wanna sell them to people up here who are hungry. You know.
I think
Okay.
it's a good idea. I love that idea. What I will say is that where did you get these from?
The pie shop downstairs. Your pie shop.
The shelves. Which shelves?
I don't know. There were pies that weren't covered in goop.
So would you maybe describe those as the top shelves?
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. So those shelves, being about 17, 18 feet off the ground, are decorative pies. They are empty pie crust.
Why would you do that?
For decoration. It makes it look like there's loads and loads of pies in there, but I don't actually make like 50
Oh.
pies a day. There's not that many people that want pies in a day.
Well, I bet you're regretting that now.
Dang, I really wanted pie when I saw the pies now.
Hey, but the crust is still edible.
You can eat the crust, yeah.
I've got sprouts. The sprout pie thing.
You could fill it with sprouts.
Nobody
I
liked
felt
that.
I think maybe just put those back, Randall.
Okay.
Oh.
You're gonna put it back.
You got me pie crust.
Okay.
Just empty pie crust. Who knows how old it is?
How dusty and
Plain,
horrible.
plain pasta, empty pie crust.
Mhm.
I don't know what you could be talking
Wait, what did you say?
I said
I wanna
plain,
know.
plain pasta, empty pie crust. It's fine and delicious and a normal thing to eat.
Oh.
Now, is there anything else you want to do this evening?
Well, now I want a pie. No. Just eat my rations and go to bed. I was really about to live through Neurali and have a really delicious pie. And now
I'm
I'm
so
not gonna
sorry.
get to do that.
I'm so sorry.
No,
Maybe there'll
I'm
be a
good.
pie as a reward after clearing the whole place up.
Yeah. Let's
Goop
hope.
pie.
Nope. Maybe Randall's.
There's
can
plenty
be a
of goop
pie.
for a goop pie. You could fill this pastry up.
You know, pineapple is the snack that bites back. I feel like this would take that to a next level, considering it digests organic material. I think would probably be a
That's
bad
what
idea.
Cultic seems to think. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys gonna have a little kip on the roof?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Or at least mildly grumpy, but not at anyone. Just like sad and wanting pie. That
Yeah.
you know, you think you're about to get a pie and then someone takes it away,
Mm.
or
That's
it
the
turns out
worst.
to be empty.
You can all relate to that feeling of thinking you're going to get a pie and then someone takes it away from you.
Pie envy.
Pie envy. Well, you sleep throughout the night. There aren't any kerfuffles. There's no problem. You just sleep. In the morning, you're woken up by chirps and an uncomfortable, moist feeling as the dew has settled all over your clothes. The stone starts to glow as you're all just a bit damp. And birds chirping away. You wake up. Kolthik has looks like been awake for a little while now, watching the sunrise.
Has the goop risen? Can we check?
Goop levels.
Has the goop risen? Sorry. Yes, it appears to have risen at least
By how much?
by a couple of feet.
Jesus.
Ooh,
Quite a
that's
bit.
lot. Yeah. Okay. How high are we up on the roof?
So you're about 30 feet up.
If we look out into the distance, can we see like where the goop is has come from, or?
It is surrounding everywhere. It seems to be pretty much equal height throughout the majority of the town, although it does seem to peter off a little bit on the outskirts.
Well, we know that it's the War Wizard apprentice Jared Littlewand, the little shit, who is to blame. So presumably, if we look for a war wizard tower like the other ones have had, is there one we can see? I literally put in brackets the little shit.
That's exactly
what
what I
she
did.
said. Yeah. High five. Trying to be better about taking notes.
So, yeah. You can surely enough see that there is a tower or a building that appears to be a little bit taller than the others in the center of the town, though it's mostly obscured by trees. It's the circular building. It's indicated in the middle of the map there.
Oh, okay.
Is the
That's
goose
fine.
stationary, or is there like a flow to it, or like is it stagnant?
We've got waves.
It doesn't.
affected
It
by
doesn't
the
appear
moon.
to have. It doesn't appear to have any kind of like obvious flow to it. You want to inspect it in some way? You want to interact with the goop?
Touch the goop.
I wasn't planning on, but now you put the idea in my head.
Don't feel
Tinker
like you
with
should...
the goop.
No, I don't think you should touch the goop.
No, maybe not with my hand. Do we having like anything
Take
we
a
could like
sample.
take a sample?
Okay. What do you want to take a sample with it?
What about empty healing potion?
Hey, you
Glass
made those little
vials.
darts. You made those little dart things.
That's
So
true.
Oh, I was thinking if we had like a spare like, you know, bottle, mug, etc. I'll just cast Tiny Servant on it, get it to walk down, scoop itself up. That's not organic.
Yeah.
And just bring it back up.
Doesn't become organic when you cast Tiny Servant on it and animate it? No?
We'll find out.
Not that I'm aware of.
If only you had
Yeah, we
something
can-
that was bowl-shaped and had, I don't know, some kind of empty void with a lid on it that was crusty and pastry-like.
If only.
Then you can
I-
also find out what it tastes like.
Goopy.
Hi, Sarah.
Goopy. Hi, Sarah. Is Haiku talking out loud? Is this like an
Yeah.
actual group conversation that's happening? I reach into my bag and I pull out the empty vial that contained the health potion that Eve had given me when I almost died, and I just like hand it to Haiku.
You sure you don't want to keep this for future use? I just don't know whether it will be unusable after this.
No, fine.
Oh, okay.
Not particularly good memories around that one anyway.
It's not a
True.
keepsake.
Yeah, no.
True. Right, I'm gonna cast Tiny Servant on the empty healing potion
Okay.
and set it off.
All right. Well, let's say that tiny little, like glass appearing legs pop out of its the bottom, and it gets two little arms as well. And what do you want it
You
to
know? Okay, wait. Just because I'm ridiculous. You know the videos that people make where there's like a bird walking and they
do? Yes,
draw the
that's
little arms
precisely
on?
what I'm thinking of. That's precisely what I'm thinking of, except
Okay.
transparent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's his name?
The Tiny Servant's name?
Yeah. We had
Beaky.
Torchy.
We had Torchy. Yeah, well, it's more a bottle than a beaker.
Flask.
Devila. Because it's a vial. It's a
Violet?
Delilah.
Oh,
Violet.
Violet's good.
We'll go with Violet.
Violet's good. Violet's good. Okay. All right.
Violet Goopster.
Violet's strutting around, waiting patiently for you to give it some instructions.
Go on then, Violet. If you just climb yourself down Violet building, just get right to service at Goop. Scoop a bit of it up with yourself, and then just climb back up.
Okay. It salutes you. Gets to the edge. Gets to the guttering. Starts to go like a proper like army. Dun, 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 like music going on in the background. It starts
Mission
climbing its way down.
We'd have thought that Violet would have trained with the Marines.
Is anyone making any effort to watch it? Bearing in mind there's a little bit
yeah.
of like a.
Yeah, it's cute. Of course, I'm watching it.
Okay, right.
Yeah, I find it fascinating.
Puts itself to the side. Bam! Climbs its
They're
way
a
back
little
up.
bit slower on their way up because they're a bit weighed down now.
Yeah. So about halfway, filled with goop.
Alright, good job, Violet. Lovely stuff.
It
Well
bows. Almost spills some goop.
Alright, do you want to stay where you're, walking about while we do have a look at it, or do you want me to, pop you back in? Oh, damn. Should have made it with my mouth.
It's annoying, isn't it?
All right, we'll keep you out for the time being, but we do have to inspect it. You know, just... You good with that? Perfect. Right, now what do we do with this? Is it magical?
Huh?
Is the goop magical?
Guidance. As soon as the haiku is in, like, tinkering mode.
Shots. That's so funny. Okay, 18. All right. Well, I mean, you can tell that this is. There are a couple of kind of things that make you think this is magical. The first is that it is, it's clear that the goop is rising, and that in and of itself seems unusual. The goop does appear to have some kind of like bubbles that are forming within it. It's magical in nature, but only in the sense that most things in D&D are magical when they're unexplained. As an artificer, you think this could equally be alchemical.
Ooh. If only I'd have taken that other subclass. So, if it's alchemical, would Haiku be able to sort of link that up with it being made by someone?
I mean, you.
Or would that even indicate that?
So you would come away with this immediately knowing that these kinds of like goops are pretty much uniformly made by someone for a purpose. They don't just form with no real rhyme or reason to them. So it almost immediately comes to you that this was made by someone. Somewhere in this town, there is a source, a wellspring, as it were, of goop.
Okay.
Goose spring.
Well, I'll turn around to the group and go, right, this ain't no natural goop. This is a man-made goop. Someone's, gotta have purposely, or well, maybe not purposely, but someone's produced this.
Yeah,
Like
that's what
alchemy
that
themselves?
lady said. It was the little shit. It was
Little
Jared
Wand.
Little Wand.
What an
The War
unfortunate
Wizard's
surname.
apprentice. Why?
Well, it's just got connotations, hasn't it?
What connotations?
Katie.
Well, some people subscribe to certain outlooks and judge people because of it, and there are some people in a subset of the population which would subscribe to those negative views on people who may lead themselves to believe in their own incorrect thinking, and then
I feel like Haiku goes on for a little bit uncomfortably, and I at some point lean over to Oro, and I'm like, "Is this circus talk?"
Absolutely not.
Can we just roll like a flat intelligence check for Haiku versus like, let's say, I don't know, wisdom or something, or intelligence or wisdom, whatever the fuck you feel like, Nori, whatever you think is most appropriate. You're going to try and understand that Haiku is talking a load of shit. Haiku, this is a roll to see if you can sound intelligent enough to talk yourself out of this situation.
so I'm rolling
I
intelligence.
Yeah.
I think if I'm trying to figure out what he's actually talking about, I would need to roll intelligence. But if I'm just trying to okay,
That's
he's
what
going
the
on because he's
question is.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what the question is. What angle are you taking at this?
I think she would be trying to understand because she was like, "What do you mean?"
Okay. Oh my god.
Zero modifiers. She
Come
actually
on
gets
now.
it. No way in hell! I thought that's gonna be my only crit. I did this to myself. My only crit this whole session is gonna be me trying to back Jack into a corner and have to explain that comment to Lil Nurly. Now she's gonna get it because of this.
So
and I wasted it.
Nurly fully recognizes that like Nerdy reads the situation that Haiku is talking in circles as a way to sound like they've answered your question appropriately and not answer the question at all. So you've recognized that. Whether or not you've got the wisdom or the insight to recognize that, okay, that means they don't want to talk about, they don't want to explain this fully. That's down to you. To Jack's benefit, I think he's tried appropriately in character to answer that question, which is otherwise, not easy to answer. But talked in circles enough that it came out as nonsense.
It's funny because if you already get the joke, you know what Haiku would be trying to say. So if you don't, you're just like, what? I think she's actually wise. Somehow. Way more than she is intelligent, apparently. So I think like she actually happens to like kind of like pick up on. I think it's easier for her to understand that this was like somehow uncomfortable for Haiku, and although she doesn't understand what they're talking about, she's like, I'm not gonna push it. I'm just gonna nod, be like, okay. I'm gonna ask Oro about this later. Who knows? I can't believe I did that to myself. Yeah.
You've used it up.
I did.
That's how chance works. You've used it up.
It was the sass. It was the sass. Me just like, what does that mean? And then just like waiting.
The universe said, "Nah, this is what you get."
That's what you get for being a little bitch. Think twice about you do that again. Anyway.
Are we going to the Wizard's Tower?
Okay. Yeah, I think that's where we should go.
Is there an obvious tower?
Yeah, so the building in the center, the big circular one, looks like the most likely
that was a
candidate.
tree. Okay.
Yeah, it does resemble.
We have to go through a window, won't we? 'Cause it's not like we can just take the front door, or even knock on a door. Where do we?
So the top of the tower actually opens up. So the top of it has a almost like a parapet sort of thing, where there are open columns that are into a top layer, like a very tall gazebo.
And people have made walkways so that we can like awkwardly make our way across and be like, "Can we use your roof? Excuse me, we're just trying to
So
go
you can
and
see
stop the goop."
You can see the walkways on the map.
Oh, there wasn't a walkway to the roof we're on now. That's why I was asking.
No, but that's just a 5.
Oh, it was a little jump. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Oh, we should. Yeah, so we could probably make it to there, and then. Oh, that's hay. That's not a walkway. Okay.
You can jump up. You can jump these gaps fairly easily.
Okay. Yeah, and then go here, and then go into the. Just climb across the tree and get into there. Heck yeah. Let me put myself on the map. Oh, yeah.
So you to get into here, you are essentially jumping through an open window, like arches. There aren't any windows in particular, but there are stone arches onto a small observation floor, almost.
Is it still nighttime? Did we actually rest?
No, you slept. Yeah, this morning.
Yeah, we slept.
But
Also, I realized I never actually rolled myself more health when we hit level 12. Don't actually know if I did that for level 11 either, but I'll just assume that under 60 health is normal for a sorcerer at level 12. And go with it.
Sounds right to me.
Before we like jump into like their window, door, whatever.
Yeah.
Can we shout their name, which Oro would know, but Jenny only remembers the little shit, so not that one.
Jared Little Wand.
That one.
Jared, you want to shout Jared?
Hello,
Don't shout your second
Jared.
name.
What little shit?
No, it's Little Wand.
Jared, are you in?
You hear a scrambling, and as you get to you see so the observation platform that you can see ahead of you is like stone pillars and that kind of thing. You can see there's a desk with some parchment outlaid on it. You can see that there are a couple of like different apparatuses that are scattered around. None of them look especially like fantastical. They just look like basic measuring instruments that a wizard might use. And there's a small spiral adequate wand. There's a small spiral staircase that goes down into the building itself. Surely enough, eventually you hear kind of like wet footsteps coming up from the inside of the building.
It's Barry. I'm kidding.
And there's a
That would actually set Haiku off.
there's a very very slender, to the point of skinny, young man with short, kind of like scruffy blonde hair that's damp. Kind of poke his head just above enough of the staircase that he can see out. Hello.
Goo damp or like was in the bath damp?
Looks like maybe was in the bath damp.
Okay.
Yeah.
He starts walking up the staircase, and you can see that he's only got a towel, and there's a small one, and he's pulled it taut around his waist.
Well, he only needs that, right?
Hello.
Hi, we're here about the goop problem.
Oh, yes, yes. Please do. Where are you? You're currently like attached to or hiding behind a tree. If you haven't made the jump over yet, so he's not seeing you.
Oh, I was definitely like trying to lean over and wave.
So he's
like-
kind of a little bit lower. So like without you guys like obviously
Oh.
being like in his face, he's kind of at a lower. He's not climbed all the way up the staircase yet. He's kind of just looking around.
I jump in.
Yeah, we're okay.
Hi.
He looks very flustered at his only having a towel. Oh, hello there.
I give him my cloak.
Adventurers. Oh, thank you so much. He kind of wraps himself up. I'm so sorry. All of my clothes are lower in the building, and it's all goop. All I have is this towel, and it was very bad timing for the goop. This is all I have. I'm so sorry. I know it's very inappropriate, but I literally do not have anything else to cover myself with apart from parchment. I appreciate the rope. Thank you.
Yeah, you can hold on to that until we get this solved.
Oh, amazing. Oh, I would have tried to solve this myself, but I simply couldn't. But I didn't have any clothes. I can't go down into goop with no clothes.
No.
I made this formula that I think could be applied to clothes to make it kind of goop resistant almost, but I can't apply it to anything because all I've had is towel.
Will you not apply it to your skin?
Do you want to test that out?
I mean, that's the mark of a good inventor. You test your shit out first yourself.
Oh,
Never get anyone else to do
Oh,
it.
I'm so sorry. You're an inventor.
Part-time.
Do you have the formula
I'm a
written
full-time
down?
adventure. Thank you very much. So I would not like to take any kind of criticism from one such as yourself.
Well, clearly you're a full-time inventor. Your inventions all over the town by the looks of it.
Okay, that's not going to get anything resolved quickly at all. Are you still in the tree, Haiku?
No, I've jumped over.
Okay,
Sorry, Nearly. I shouldn't have sassed him.
that's okay. I know that you're tired of us running into weird things that we have to do on the side, and this is definitely a weird thing, but that's okay. How did that happen, though? Like, how did the goop happen?
I'm not entirely sure, but I think I've got a maybe answer.
Okay.
Some nefarious do-badder interfered with my equipment, and it's their fault. I don't know who it is, but it's someone other than me who has
Inside
interfered
joke.
with my...
Haiku rolls their eyes.
We're not really interested in whose fault it is, but
You're
the more we
invested
know
in
about...
this story, Randall. You are fully invested in this story. Look at that, plus
Can't believe
7.
they've done. I know, right?
You're fully invested. Some ne'er-do-well has interfered with my equipment, and you see, my master, to whom I'm an apprentice, Gerald, which is the name that I asked. I asked Jenny for a name the other day for an NPC whilst I was prepping this, and she said Gerald. So this is the NPC. Gerald. Gerald Needmore.
Fuck's sake.
Spelled with a K or an M?
No, it's an N. It's an N.
Wait, what is their
of course,
last name?
Needmore.
Needmore. Gotcha.
Yeah, this is the Needmore Manor.
I regret
And that's the
joining
end of the
2.5
episode,
years
folks.
ago.
Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Wait, what
Those
happened?
stories. This is the Needmore Manor.
Hmm.
That's where you are right now.
So the equipment was obviously tampered with. She says, like, trying not to sound patronizing.
Yeah.
It's like, and how did that cause the goop?
Well, you see, my master is away, and he tasked me with ensuring the cleanliness of the manor. So you see, can I level with you? Can I be honest?
Please.
I'm not a very good wizard. I like inventing things. I think magic, as performed by wizards, is extremely just. It's not effective. You could do everything so much faster and so much easier. You could automate so much with magical energy and using the arcane with mechanical insight, and that is my passion. And I'm quite good at it. And whilst my master was away, I tried I had my hand at creating some gelatinous cubes.
Can I offer some advice quickly?
No.
I'm going to offer it anyway. Instead of being an apprentice to a wizard, have you considered being an apprentice to an artificer instead?
What?
Because clearly your values and the values of wizardry aren't aligned, whereas your values seem to be more aligned with that of an artificer.
There are not many artificers around. And it's only during my studies
true.
with Gerald Needmore that I have realised that my passions are more inclined to the manipulation of arcane energies using technology.
I definitely look at a career shift. Go find yourself an artificer.
Maybe you could be there. Maybe they could apprentice with you, Haiku. Haiku's an artificer.
Hey, what about you?
They're really
Oh.
smart.
That sounds good.
Let's focus on the task.
Haiku made those boots. Watch what these boots can do. Randall, walk up that wall.
Go, Randall,
Just
go.
walk up a wall. It's like,
Yes,
okay,
quite
just take
good.
one
Yes,
step.
fab, fantastic. Yeah, you take one step. It doesn't
Anyway.
even look like you're standing upright. You put one foot on the wall. Wow.
Wow.
Yes, fantastic. Now, for the matter at hand,
Yeah.
I attempted to automate the process of making. You see, wizards love gelatinous cubes for cleaning. They're very effective, as long as you make them correctly. Very, not at all dangerous. You can keep them confined. No harm will be done to anybody. I tried to automate the process of making the gelatinous cubes. Have you ever heard of a Roomba? Me neither, but it's very similar in concept to a Roomba. Now, that was the hope. The issue is that some nefarious ne'er-do-well interfered with my equipment, and this happened. You see, they interfered with it whilst I was having a bath.
Why would they want to interfere with it?
For what reasons do ne'er-do-wells do what they do? For ne'er-do-welling.
So what is this phrase you keep using? Ne'er-do-well?
Bath, did you say? What does bath mean?
Ne'er-do-well, or whatever you keep. What does that mean?
Baths are... You clean yourselves in
No.
baths.
No, ne'er-do-wells.
Ne'er-do-well.
Yeah, that's what-
Oh, it's
Ne-
It's a
Ne'er-do-well.
contraction of never do well.
Okay.
The wizards unmake the gelatinous cubes.
Well, you'd think if you could get perhaps to the source of the magic that created them, but that's downstairs. Oh, you
So-
didn't know? You've not heard of ne'er-do-well? No, it's an archaic never-do-well.
yeah.
It's like it's just a bad guy, like a rapscallion.
They literally just
Scoundrel.
take the V out and put an apostrophe there
Yeah.
instead of saying never do well. That probably just took a little bit too much effort, so they took one letter out and made it ne'er-do-well.
Yeah.
Literally N-E-apostrophe-E-R, ne'er-do-well.
Got you. Okay,
Mhm.
this makes a lot more sense to me now.
English is so silly.
It really is.
so
Go
we
ahead.
need to blow up the bottom of your castle so we can get the goop out of the bottom of the castle. Is what you're saying?
But what I'm saying is that if Gerald comes back and there's goop everywhere and the mansion, need more mana, is destroyed, I'm not the only person who's going to be in trouble.
Well, I think right now it's definitely you in trouble.
Who else
No,
would
it's
be
the
in trouble?
ne'er-do-well.
Well, they're in trouble either way.
Yes, but if someone was to blow up part of the manor, they would also be in trouble. So we can't be doing that.
Okay, what other ideas do you have?
Well, I
It
was hoping
seems to
someone
be-
with clothes and an adventurous spirit, and perhaps maybe maybe a fisherman with like
That's what I was
fisherman,
thinking.
like waders, could use this alchemical formula that I have. I mean, you've clearly made these fantastic boots that allow you to walk on walls. That seems useful.
Can we not just fish your equipment out and bring it up here so you can stop it?
It's down 2 floors.
What if we just get you a new set of clothes?
That is an option.
So you're wanting to enchant clothing to make it goop resistant so somebody could like
Yes.
dive down into it.
Correct. It would need to be, airtight or watertight. You can't be going up there in shorts or down there in shorts.
It would have to be like a full bodysuit, huh?
I mean, you're not. I'm hoping that it's not filled to the brim at the ceiling.
But it's
Oh,
down
so-
2 floors. Surely one of
Yeah.
the floors is full.
Yeah, one of the floors is going to be flooded fully.
Possibly.
Unless it's one
Or
of those
it's
weird
just-
air pockets.
Depends on if
Yeah,
there's an
or-
air pocket.
But I
Or we
don't think we
just-
should risk that there isn't an air pocket. Or that there is an air pocket. Because what if there's not?
Then you could simply not continue.
I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna try to as somebody with Neuralie's like life experience, so make it not look like a diving outfit. I'm just gonna make like something I think I would have seen probably like the other Oro wearing or whatever, where it's like very like plain looking, like just like a bodysuit that goes like up and over like her hair and everything. Just like turn the dress into like a bodysuit.
That's not at all what I had in mind when I gave you that magical item.
I didn't think
I
it was
like,
ever gonna need it for this
"Yeah,
either.
let's have a fun little thing that you can change for aesthetic reasons. I'm gonna make. Okay. Well,
Can you enchant this?
I could try.
If we're
I like the
concerned
idea
about breathing, I can breathe a little bit longer than most people.
I don't think you should breathe the goop.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I don't need to breathe for. I can hold my
Yeah.
air in.
I'm not sure that you'll need to hold any breath.
Theoretically, you could goop proof something more than once, right? So if this doesn't work, then we
Until
just
I run out of ingredients.
okay. I love the idea of she's got so much hair that there's just like a mound of hair in like the back of this too, and it goes like up over because she doesn't want her hair to get eaten. So she's got like her head poking out of this looks really silly, like Dr. Seussian. Okay, do the thing.
Okay. He gets his money, ties up the robe nice and tight, and he gets his little pot of goop. And he's like, "I'm not sure I have enough to cover your upper half as well.
Oh,
I was really kind of expecting like just long trousers."
okay. Well, there's like 15 feet of goop, though. And if it's on... Well, we'll see. Let's just do what we can get.
Okay. He kind of just. Have you made? Because it's important. Have you made essentially waders?
Yeah.
Okay. Then he goops.
Yeah, I'm thinking like,
enough
you
of
know, like
the-
the green morph suits that people...
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm thinking like full body, like no opening, because I can just transform it back into a dress.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, he starts to goop you up. And on that note, let's have a break for bio.
I think
Shall
there's
we?
a point where she'll realize that she needs to apply some of this
Yes,
herself.
uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah,
Like,
we're all on the
she'll
same
be
page
like,
there.
oh, I see that you have to apply this by hand. Let me just do this on my own. This right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go over here and do this now.
Yeah, that
Anyway.
seems like a good idea. That seems wise.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll have a little bit of a bio break since we're about halfway through our game. If you're new here, our bio breaks last as long as they need to last, but that's usually not more than like 5 minutes or so. We just go do our business and return as soon as we can. We'll chat some shit till we're all ready to go again. Go, have. Oh, is there a sneeze break? Is that I can see a
It was
sneeze
a
break in
sneeze
chat.
break.
I can't hear a sneeze break.
I can't hear it either.
Refill your drink, have a stretch, go for a walk, go for a pee, whatever you need. In the meantime, you can see the inside of this card.
Woohoo! Card, cloth, good stuff.
And we'll be right back.
Just the empty void of nothingness from me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'll play some ads in the meantime. Go do your stuff. And damn it, I was gonna say something and I forgot what it was. Oh well. I knew that would fall down eventually. Maybe I'll just put it on the ground.
Hello.
I return.
Hello.
Hello to you. Hi, Grace. How are you
Hi, Grace.
doing? I like using Discord instead of Zoom because I have a button for muting that I
Yes,
actually remember.
same.
Good. I have cookies. Although I will admit I did accidentally leave the packet open, so they may be very stale.
What? No, they go soft though. Cookies, they should go soft.
Well, yeah, that's stale is just off. It doesn't mean that it's going to be like hard.
Yeah, I just always picture stale to be hard.
Yeah, stale doesn't have to be.
Ah, there we go. Finally donating a bunch of my number of brothers' childhood things. After cool. I think it's last week, Jenny and I did a charity shop run to donate a bunch of stuff, and it's because I had a bunch of like teas and stuff that I really loved, but they're all like smalls, like a lot of like mostly gaming like related teas and stuff, but they were like subtle enough that they weren't too like cringe. And I really liked them, but they're all smalls, and I'm a medium boy now, and I can't be living in a small boy world because it makes me uncomfortable with what I'm wearing. So I had to donate and get rid of a bunch of those and a couple of other things, bits and bobs. So my wardrobe has like halved, and I'm desperately trying to buy clothes secondhand so that I'm not like buying loads and loads of new stuff. But it's really difficult because I have a particular aesthetic that I'm aiming for that no one else seems to have clothes on sale for. And it's just like whenever we go to like charity shops and stuff looking for secondhand stuff, luckily occasionally I'll grab one or two things, but it's usually like jumpers or whatever. It's never like tees or like trousers or shorts or whatever. And those are the kinds of things I'm looking for. Damn it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I love going to like resale shops or God, what was the name of that place? There was a place in Dallas, but it was called Buffalo Exchange, and they did a thing where like you would go and you would take stuff to the store, but it was only like designer or high-end stuff.
Oh.
So if someone is like, I don't want this really nice, well-made purse anymore, I've had it, it's in good condition, I just I'm over it, I want a new one, they could take that, they could get store credit for a certain amount, and then that gets like cleaned up and sold or whatever. So you could find like really nice, good, like usually like in vogue stuff for more like thrift store prices, and I really liked that.
That's quite a cool idea. Jenny, what was the name of that thing that you heard about the other day where you exchange a bag or whatever?
You send off some of your clothes that you want to get rid of, and you buy. It's called Big Sister Swap. And they send you some secondhand clothes back, but you like fill out a style quiz and like specifically asked for like, I want a long cardigan that's grey, and they'll like specifically look for one of those for you and things like that. It's pretty cool.
Ew, yeah, I like that.
That's cool. That is cool.
Okay. I had a friend in college who organized clothing swaps.
Oh yeah?
So yeah, we would do it, like she would do it via Facebook, and somebody's house would be like all the stuff be shoved aside and like just a bunch of tables put out, and people would show up with all the clothes they brought, and it was like everything was free, like take what you want, I'm here to trade, whatever kind of stuff, and you could just kind of like go shopping through each other's closets and like it's new for you, but yeah, it was really cool.
I like that idea. I like it. Okay, back to it. So Nureli is all greased up.
Yeah, I feel like so Nureli like did the thing like, okay, let's go, because she's expecting magic even after his spiel, and then he brings out the little pot and like starts to hand scoop stuff out, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. And just starts from the feet and goes as far up as she can make it with the amount of applique available.
Anti-goop.
Anti-goop, apply liberally. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
I
When they
figure
meet,
if
they
anyone's
annihilate.
gonna do it, yeah. I figure the holding your breath thing is a good point, but I figure if anyone should be sticking their toe in the goop, it's the person who can immediately heal it and not lose a limb
And
or
if there's
whatever.
anyone we want to have fall
Themselves
unconscious in
up.
the goop, is the person who can stop someone falling unconscious.
It won't get that
Yeah.
far. Fine. She's gonna be smart
I
about it.
also
themselves
thought
up.
during the break, I also thought there's probably enough to cover an Oro-sized creature. If there's enough to cover Lorelei.
But surely Aura would have to go fully under.
Yeah.
She got the height.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's what I would worry about.
Well,
Then we do have to worry about breathing.
Hmm.
Okay, how long does this have to sit?
You should be pretty much good to go.
What does your stuff look like?
It's really hard to say what it is that you need to be looking for, but I know that you need to go down to the main laboratory. There is a big. What I need to know is what went wrong. Do you have any
Okay.
understanding of basic, intermediate, or even hopefully maybe expert level incantations, sigils?
Yeah, I can do magic.
I feel like we lucked out on who we said.
I can tell you immediately that she doesn't have a fucking clue. As
Well,
someone who
he
is
starts
not a
talking
wizard.
about like sigils and stuff,
Yeah,
and I know teleportation.
but teleportation you absolutely do. Yes. I would say for the other things, probably not. I think the closest you'd get is probably haiku, using actual like arcana sigils and stuff, knowing that the source of your magic is not through incantations
yeah.
and drawing things into existence.
She thinks though. She's like,
but
yeah, I know.
he's
I'm
hey, if
down."
you're confident, he's confident. Oh, amazing, fantastic. So really, what I'm thinking is if you get down into the main laboratory, and if you can see anything obvious about maybe some of the circles that I've drawn. I mean, someone has interfered with the circles that were drawn in any significant way that's easy to fix. I'm thinking it's maybe the most obvious one is Reynard's reverse arcanum. I'm thinking like that probably is the easiest one to mess up that they would have done. If you could fix that, maybe the problem will solve itself. But you need to just scope it out. If all you can do is do some recon, that'll be helpful.
I walk over to the desk and I pick up a piece of paper and a pencil.
While Lorelei was like getting like greased up, could I have put together another set of sending stones so we can at least keep in contact?
Yeah.
All right, I'll handle it off to Neurally.
Perfect. It's like the Mission Impossible all over again.
They have to be the perfect shaped stone.
Yeah. Small
Someone needs stone shape so that you can stone shape little earpieces for everyone.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That'd be sick.
No one
I
ever
love it.
thought that's how the spell would be used, but I love
Totally
it.
worth a
I
level
absolutely love
4
it.
or 5 spell for that.
Okay, well he says, well come down with me, and he walks you down the first set of stairs. And here you can see that there is a kind of a bathtub that's kind of like appropriately filled with kind of bubbly hot water at the moment. You can see that the goop has entered this room, but is only really at the top of the staircase and a little bit over the floor. He's precariously placed like a desk, like a small table, in front of the staircase so that he could get from the bathtub to the staircase without stepping in the goop. Clearly, he was in this bathtub when you guys had arrived.
Mhm.
The rest of the room is just like a quite a luxurious, really clearly upper class bathing suite. And you can see that there's like vanity mirrors and loads of different types of soaps and a bidet.
Damn.
And so you can see that it's a really nice, well decked out place. There's a rug that's been on the floor that's been starting to get a bit goopified. But that's not your concern for now. You start making your way towards the staircase, and he says, okay, good luck. And he goes back up the stairs so we can listen to the sending stones. You start walking down the stairs,
Wait.
And
First, I start by literally just dipping a toe in and giving it a good minute or two.
okay.
I want to make sure that this. He already fucked up once, right?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I can trust the goo proof
Yep.
to go into the goo. So we're just gonna like swirl the toe around for probably like a good 3 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Just
I
like-
mean,
What's the goop
Is
feel
my
like?
toe?
How viscous is it?
so this
Yeah.
is like a deep jelly, almost in
Mm.
consistency. Not in the
Like
same
a
sense.
Danger
slime?
jelly.
Like it's like a slime, really, but it's not quite as sticky as a slime. You can wade through it, or you can move your foot through it, and it kind of like pulls behind you. It doesn't tear as you move through it. Not like a proper jelly that you would eat as a dessert, but it's a little bit more fluid than that.
Okay.
And you are able to withstand a couple minutes. You're in it without any issues. Sure hope this doesn't have a 10-minute timer on it.
Yeah, sure hope not. Gonna keep going. He didn't say it did.
No,
so,
he didn't.
You know.
No, he didn't. So you start walking down the staircase with care,
Mhm.
and there's another spiral staircase almost. It takes you down like half of a floor almost into another larger room. There is a kind of a hallway in front of you that breaks off into smaller rooms, and he intimated to you that the lab would be on the bottom floor. So you have in front of you a corridor where the goop is up to pretty much your knees.
I'm just gonna go through, unless it starts to attack me. If at any point the thing starts to try to like rise up and get at me, wings are coming out and I'm flying my ass out of here. But until then, I'm just gonna trudge on through the goop.
Okay, all right. Well, you trudge on through. There are 2 doors either side of you and a staircase at the bottom of the hallway. You're just going to keep on going down the hallway?
Yeah, he said
Okay.
it was at the bottom, right?
Yep. Well, you
Yep.
see a couple of like quite fine tapestries either side of you. One of which you can see is quite obviously a portrait of a quite fine looking, like a well apparelled wizard. And kind of scrawled underneath it, it says Gerald Needmore, and it's you can just about see painted in the background the outline of what looks like maybe some kind of apprentice that was not completed in the original painting. And you continue down, you can see a couple of other pieces here and there of royal families, but like noble families that you suspect may be related in some way.
No, the tapestries would definitely distract me anyway, because she weaves, right? So she's like,
Sure.
"Ooh, that's really nicely made," as she's walking. Maybe like tucks it up onto a desk so it's not getting eaten.
Sure, yeah. Or you can see that, I mean, with your expertise, you can see that these are very nicely made with fine materials. So it's clear that being a war wizard pays well.
Yeah.
And I mean, you ignore the doors off to the sides of the hallways and walk down the next set of stairs, another spiral staircase that kind of turns around and curves back on a larger, more open room. This one is probably the laboratory that was described. At this point, you are up to your waist now in goop, and so it doesn't seem to be the same as liquid. It's clearly not obeying the same laws as just water, but it's climbing almost, right? So it's expanding and climbing, and as you are here, it's up to your waist, so you're kind of struggling to really get through this easily. But what you see in the room around you is that the ooze has moved upwards, right? It's got like a meniscus almost, and then it like curves up against the walls. And there is in the center of the room a overflowing huge vat of goop. Underneath the vat, you can see that there is like it's a big like silver pot vat sort of thing. At the base of it, you can see that it is lit up in a light blue, and below that is a shimmering crystal. There's a light blue crystal that appears to be in some way potentially powering the vat. It's hard to say. but you can see that there are sigils drawn around the base of it. The crystal is not quite floating, but it's held vertically upright in some kind of metallic contraption.
Above the crystal, when you say lit up, is there like a fire, like a magical fire, like heating the cauldron kind of thing?
I think that's how you would describe it best, yeah.
I'm gonna try to prestidigitation the fire away, just to see what happens.
It does not stop.
Okay, that's not gonna work. Good. Okay. So I'll start describing what I'm seeing to Haiku, but at the same time, I'm gonna like find a wall or something, or even if I just have to like put it against my arm and try to draw what all the sigils look like. So if I can't describe it well enough, I can bring that back.
Does any of it make sense to me?
You can roll me an Arcana check if you like.
Oh, you devil.
Should have guidance to you before I left. Does it count as the help action with me describing
Nope.
it? That's fair. That's really fair, honestly.
Okay.
Let's count with my rolls.
It's helpful to have a +9, isn't it? So what she's described to you sounds like some kind of artificial contraption. It sounds like they've harnessed some kind of power source that is within this crystal, and they are using it in order to generate some kind of arcane energy that is influencing this vat in some way. That may mean that simply interfering with the crystal would break whatever process is going on here.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Typically, take the batteries out, it stops working. It's not like it's a bomber, is it?
Well, it's hard to say whether or not that would be an entirely safe thing to do.
What does Jared think?
That's what Nurley was thinking. She knows just enough to know not to mess with it with her hands, and is waiting for further information.
You could maybe get like a long, if you had like a broom, poke it off.
Yeah, maybe if it's not going to explode. Yeah, what does Jared say?
What are you asking?
Oh, I thought. Oh, because can the sending stone only Haiku can hear it? That's right. Never mind.
No, it comes out like a speaker. Everyone should be able. So long as they're huddled around, I think they should be able to hear it. Because you're just holding a rock, basically.
Yeah. All right. poke it off or finger it. Yeah, you can just finger it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just finger the crystal.
Christ.
I'm very glad this is a thing. Canonically, this is one of the times where I have introduced circus speak artificially.
Yeah. I feel like after giving the full breadth of the description I just end it with, so, can I just move that thing? Or is there a way, can you tell what's wrong? Can I just fix it really quick?
It's hard to know. This is a little bit of an experiment, really, where nothing that I know about has tried this before.
Do any of these sigils mean grow? And is there a way to make it reverse? Is there a back button?
Those are the incantations around the base of the. Are you not familiar with these sigils? I thought you'd.
I know some sigils.
Okay. All right. Yep. Okay.
How about we start with, tell us the process you did to start this thing, and then typically there is some undoing process we can figure out from there.
I think that would take a lot longer than you are imagining.
I think we should go through that.
You want me to describe in detail the process through which I initiated this magical process? I don't have my notes. They're downstairs. But they're in the room with the goop.
Oh, where are they? I can get them.
Surely enough, you do see that next to the vat there is a large, sprawled open tome that's got scribblings in the margins and all that kind of thing.
Is it all just doodles? Content.
It looks like a fair amount of it is actual notage, but you notice that some of them are like brackets off to the side where it's just been like ultra simplified in a way that it probably loses all meaning.
I read off what the notes say.
Okay. So I think it may work.
What may work?
Taking the crystal out.
Do I touch it, or should I grab like a ladder and poke it out or something? I think I'm gonna poke it.
Okay,
Start
Yeah.
looking around.
don't touch
Okay.
it.
It should. I mean, it should theoretically. I
Okay.
mean, there's a lot of energy in there, but it's only being used to
Literally,
filter.
you are not to touch that crystal.
It's
Okay.
only it's only to filter a small amount of the energy into the vat. At least it's supposed to, in theory, only use a small amount of energy into the vat. Perhaps
There's a
that's
lot
the
of theory
reason.
being thrown around.
This is
I have to touch.
this is a
I
difficult, a complicated matter. If I knew
I look
why this was
around.
happening, I would have fixed it myself. Except I would have needed waders.
I look around for like a broom or something, like a long stick.
Sure, there is a kind of like a stick with a hook on the end of it that you imagine has been used to like
Ooh.
open tall windows.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Alright.
Find a clean portion of it that I can touch because I don't have goop proof on my hands.
Uh-huh.
Although I wonder, since this is a magical item and it's not organic, I wonder if the goop could even get through anyway, because it can't destroy the anyway, I'm not going to test the theory. So here's what I'm going to do, because I'm still worried. I'm going to hold the thing and I'm going to get ready to like use the little hook to like bat the crystal out of the way, but I'm going to simultaneously cast shield on myself. No one's gonna be able to. No one's gonna know that she did this. She's just worried though. She's like blast radius. So
Sure.
so I'm gonna poke it out and cast a little shield. I'm gonna mark
So
off.
you poke at the. Everything okay down there?
The dog whimpered.
Oh,
Did I hit you? Did I hit you, buddy? I didn't think so. Why are you whining?
feed me.
I don't know. I know, right?
Attention.
It's 7 hours too early for dinners. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
The stick kind of like. How hard are you poking this thing? Like a little poke, or are you trying to remove it?
I'm
from its
trying to
feet?
move it. That's,
Okay, all right.
yeah, you know.
So
If there's resistance, she's gonna give it a good go.
So there's a bit of resistance as you poke at it pretty hard. As you do so, like a new kind of level of goop sloughs off of the top of the vat and kind of like lands on the lower layer below. As it does, it raises the goop layer in the room enough to cover the crystal entirely. And as it does so, like a pseudopod, kind of like a whip, slaps out to try and hit you.
Oh, good thing I shielded.
Yeah. What's your AC at max then with your
It's
shield?
that tentacle creature
18.
from the Feywild. Oh god.
That is a 22.
Oof. It's a lot. It's like getting smacked.
You take 11 points of acid damage as it slaps out and whips you,
Beep.
circumventing your shield.
Sure did. Ow, that wasn't nice.
You see that almost the goop looks like it is protecting the crystal.
Are you alive?
It does not answer.
If you just left, you could probably just live your life and eat stuff. I'm sure there are plenty of caves and stuff with organic material. You could just take all this stuff with you.
You can see that the goop starts to almost bubble and looks like it may start kind of... It almost looks like the level of the goop in front of you has lowered. And the level in the goop at the back of the room, far in front of you, is raising.
So it's trying to block me in.
Give me intelligence check. Just a straight.
Damn. I'm gonna guidance myself.
Okay.
Yep, yep.
Okay, yeah.
10.
10. You have a bad feeling. You don't know why.
I have a bad enough feeling that I'm gonna misty step out of here.
You need vision for that, right?
Yeah, but the goop's not it's not opaque, is
So
it?
you're at the kind of, you've entered the room. In front of you is a crystal, a large lab. You've poked it.
Maybe I
There's
just
a
shoot one little sacred flame in
spiral
there.
staircase that goes up behind you. So, and the spiral staircase is also gooped. All your
Mhm.
Misty Step is going to do is take you 5-7 feet maybe behind you into the spiral staircase.
Can it take me past the little wall of goop though?
Oh, so the goop isn't. It hasn't gone up behind you. So I'm sorry if I've missed.
I
not
thought it was
explained this properly.
blocking me in.
No.
That's why I was like,
So
aha, I can disappear.
around you and in front of you, if anything, the goop lowered. On the
Mhm.
far end of the room, so it's at the back of the room, not behind you. The back of the room.
Gotcha, the back of
It
the
started
room.
to raise a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Just gonna go.
Maybe I shoot one little sacred flame.
You know what's so we've been trying to figure out why the sound alerts aren't working, and I heard meh while you were talking, and I was like, that's my voice. Oh, I bet there was a thing. What the heck? That's why I looked down. Yeah. I'm just gonna de-goop, get myself de-gooped, get out. Just gonna go.
Okay, quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with some urgency. Okay, all right. So you managed to make it
tried
to.
slap me. So.
You managed to make it around to the top of the circular staircase as you hear a colossal slam as the tidal wave of goop from one side of the room to the other collides with the wall and sloughs up the staircase. It looked like it might be following you.
Yep, you know what? Time for the wings. We're gonna go.
Wings are out. We start to fly down this corridor. Okay.
Yep.
So you can feel that the goop beneath you almost has like a stickiness that it didn't have before. Like it's trying to like grab your feet as you start to lift yourself out of it. Can you give me a strength check? A strength save, sorry.
If I feel that, I'm just gonna misty step.
Okay. Okay.
Under the goop.
Okay,
Nope,
all right.
we're not doing
So
any
you-
strength anything. Nope. I get a free misty step every day, and
Yeah.
it's done now. That's my free misty step. I
So
was
you
like,
misty
I'm
step down
prepared
the
for
corridor.
this. There's a reason why I was like, I'm going. I want a misty step. I'm gonna wing out of here. I'll teleport myself out if I have to.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can get out of this. So, yep. Misty step out of the goop and keep flying.
I'll see you guys back in Nesmith. I'm out of here.
I'm outta here.
Teleportation circled. I'm gone.
So you bring your wings out, and as you do so, you start to lift yourself out of the goop. You can feel that the goop beneath your feet starts to be reluctant to let you go, as it were, as it starts to drag a little bit. You feel that, and you blink yourself to the end of the corridor and pull yourself up the wall back onto the top layer. So you're going through. You're currently in the like the bathroom, as it were, and you kind of throw yourself up around the circular staircase, wings out in front of all of your friends. What goes along the sending stone whilst you're doing this? Like, I imagine that the sending stone's been left on.
Yeah, I had said something. What did I say? It's alive, I think was what I said. And I'm sure they heard an ow when I got slapped, and then a uh-oh. and then probably like the sound of like you know in like slime videos when people like press it down and then they take their hands out and there's the like sound.
Yeah.
There was definitely like something like that of her trying to get out of it and then like misty stepping out in the absence of it there. And just like probably like a nope. And general rustling, like somebody's phone is in their purse or something, you know? Yeah.
So you burst out of the staircase, like, you know, this gazebo almost on top of the building, surrounded by your friends who are all clutched to the to the sending stone, listening intently as you burst out. Feathers aflutter, and they start like falling down to the ground and disappear.
They all disappear. There's not one I can save.
You want to save one? You can.
I want to save one for Garius Serial.
Okay.
I pick one up and tuck it into the bodysuit.
Yeah.
It was not happy.
Oh.
It hit me. And then tried to slap me. Yeah, like a goose string was like whap. And it hurt.
And this was in response to you hitting the
Trying
crystal.
to move the crystal. And then it formed a big wall, and I was like, that looks bad. And I left, and I heard it slam against the wall. So your lab is probably really messed up in there now. It was very unhappy. And then it tried to keep me from getting away, and I had to Misty Step and fly. It was a lot. It is angry.
So this is probably bad then, and he looks down and you can see that the goop is kind of climbing its way up the staircase now.
Coming for me. Yep,
This is
that's
definitely-
bad.
Okay. This is fine. No problem.
do we do,
Okay.
Jared?
I
I
want to send a small servant down there and just remove that room.
Do it.
I have an idea. Okay, so it didn't like the crystal being hit, but the crystal's in the goo. Is the crystal in the goo? Crystal's in the goo. Okay, so I have backup generators. I've got backup generators that will run just a shitload of arcane energy through the laboratory. Like, that's the whole idea. Just in case something goes wrong, I've got a backup. The goo is still starting to raise around your ankles now. Okay. I have multiple. I have multiple backups. I have 4 backups. We have to activate them now. You, and he kind of points at it.
Why would more power help? More power wouldn't just make it grow more.
Oh, it's gonna fuck it up. It's gonna explode. The crystal will not take all that power. It will blow up. It will stop.
Gotcha.
Why
What do we do?
haven't we done this already?
Because I didn't want to blow up the fucking lab. There, over there. Colthic, the bakery. There's one over there. And he points over there.
What's it look like?
It's a big fucking lever, like a crystal with a lever at the top. Just pull the lever. You guys over there, and he kind of gestures down. So on the map you can see here, there are 4 buildings with like sigils on. Right, so there's the top right one up here.
Oh yeah.
One on the left over here. There's one bottom left down there. Bottom right over there.
Okay.
So he kind of grabs someone and says, to that building over there, you have to pull it. You can't pull them all at the same time. You have to pull them in a sequence. It doesn't matter what sequence, just one at a time, not all at the same time. You need to go ASAP. Please. As he kind of
I'm already flying
Okay,
out the
fantastic.
thing.
All right.
I'm going for Gothic.
Let's go for a little initiative, shall we?
Okay.
Bung, 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 bung.
What if we don't like this person's
Woo!
idea?
What's your better idea? Sending something down into the goop below.
Yeah, that feels like the
High
most
five,
direct
Docs.
way to solve this.
Do you think that goop might be
Full
quite shock absorbent?
Yeah, not when the servant's like on the crystal.
Well, can you not send that and do this? Do both plans at the same time?
I got me 120 feet.
That's probably have a ton of space, right? Where the fuck is the initiative order thing? Here it is. Okay, get us a nugget on this map as well, please.
Anyone else's roll 20 really laggy?
No.
No.
Mine is, and I restarted it, and it doesn't seem to have made a difference.
This is only a 25 by 28 cell map as well, so that's, in the grand scheme of things, smaller than some of the other maps I use. Please pull them all at the same time. Okay, you guys are in the turn order. Fantastic. Let's go from top to bottom.
I've tried to change it multiple times to 15, but it won't change back. But it's fine.
Oh, do it.
Thank you.
Better?
Yeah.
6 for haiku. 21 for Randall.
No, it's a
was
4.
Oh, it's a 4 for Randall.
Yep. I need to get myself in the turn order.
Oh, I see. Okay. All
And then I rolled well.
Of course. I see we both wasted our one good roll for the day.
Okay. Sort myself out. Jolte plumerie la tête, jolte plumerie la tête, à la tête, à la tête.
Alouette, gentille alouette.
I don't know what the lyrics are. I just know the sounds of words. Da da da. Da da da. Okay.
I always just, in
Fantastic.
my head, my little headcanon for that song is that you're just saying a jaunty alouette, not jaunty. It's a jaunty alouette.
Damn, you guys have not displaced your turn orders. Like your initiatives are so clumped together.
Oh no!
They're so clumped together. Okay.
Haiku, good job, Haiku. You're the only one who took the notes.
Right. So
How surprising.
the the goop starts to lurch its way out of the tower. Where are you guys expecting to head?
I heard him say Kothik's house, and I just took off out the window. So hopefully everybody assumes that's where I'm going, because that's where I'm going.
Okay.
You go wherever is furthest or needs the most climbing, by the looks of it. Probably top left.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start at the top with Nugget and Oro.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bottom left one then, because I think the bottom right one is probably the easiest to get to for Haiku to get to. Perhaps?
Okay.
Probably, possibly.
So
Haiku's plans.
I'm just gonna get on Nugget and fly over.
Okay. Are you going straight as fast as you possibly can?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. In which case, as you are soaring over the buildings, you're just direct haste as fast as you can possibly close that distance. You see from beneath you a pseudopod, a tentacle, an oozy tentacle, whap out of the oozy floor beneath you as it tries to slap you out of the air. Oh no, indeed. That's a 20 against AC. That's going to be against Nugget.
Yeah, it's 18.
Okay, so this is a 22 acid damage to Nugget as the pseudopod whoosh, slaps out of the goop beneath you and lashes onto you. Now, Nugget's wearing armor, isn't he?
Yeah.
And it's just like studded leather armor, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really badass, yeah.
It's really badass. Okay, fantastic.
Stud.
All right, brill.
Stud.
So you close that distance really quickly, and you've managed to make it right there. As you arrive, you can see, sure enough, that built into like the center of the rooftop is a small green crystal that is no larger than a hand, which in crystal size, pretty big. And it's built into the base of some kind of like crank, as opposed to a lever. It's a crank, so it looks like you're gonna need to kind of like give it a bit of a start. You gonna get right on that?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
I'm gonna shout that out. That there's tentacles in the goop now, everyone, and also this is like a lever, like a crank that I've got to be at for a while. So I'm gonna go first.
Okay. Fantastic. Right. Then, Haiku, you're up next.
So, as an action, Haiku will summon a small flamer cannon
Okay.
while they're still in the tower.
You can see two of the tentacles that have appeared out of the ooze and swiped at Nugget and Oro.
Okay. I should probably bring that onto the table. Oh, it's so laggy. Why? That's my bonus action. I want to start sending this turret down the stairs to the lab at the bottom.
Okay.
I don't know how many turns that would take from where we currently are.
How far can it move?
Somewhere here. That's it.
Do you have to be able to see the point at which you ordered to
No.
go?
No.
Okay.
Oh, it's only 15 feet.
I want to clarify
Okay.
that it's not sexual in any way.
So each staircase is going to be 5 foot. Each hallway is going to be 20 foot.
Hi, Silence.
Okay. So I can get through
Hi,
the
Sam.
first staircase and half a hallway?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good. And then I'll. Do I have to jump out onto the tree first?
That's actually a tree over a rooftop, so you can make it onto the rooftop behind the tree.
Oh, okay. Oh, God, that's 10 feet already. Chuck it out. So I can go down? No, that's a gap I have to jump, isn't it?
Yeah.
What the requirements to jump?
So if you do a running jump, then it's God, what the fuck?
Is it
Where's
10
it's
feet
10?
plus the
I
feet
think
equal
it's-
to your strength
Yeah.
score, right?
I think that's jump.
Which is pretty wild, because like
That's a
even
huge
somebody
amount of
who's
distance, right?
yeah,
Well,
Like,
when you
even
make a
that was a
long
modifier.
jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet before
Okay.
that. So it's up to
Oh.
your strength. So you have to move 10 feet as a run, and then you can jump up to your strength score. in the-
That's
in the
That's
value.
15.
Okay.
I've moved 10 feet already.
Brill.
So I
So
can
you can make
go.
a 15-foot jump.
And that pretty much puts me. My movement.
Okay.
Well, that's me done.
All right.
I'm just simply not maneuverable at all, especially compared to someone who has wings and a winged companion, and someone who can walk on the ceilings.
Listen, you could have
But
had those boots for yourself.
you can also use your action to dash, and you
I
can move
used it to
another-
create the turret.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
you'll go
failed.
last.
Okay. Nearly.
Okay, so, I can just so if I am right here, can I pull the lever? Because I see it's right there. Do I need to be on top of it, or is this like it's on the side of the roof and I'm here now next to it and I can pull it down?
It's on the roof proper. It will require a little bit of. You have to kind of land to give yourself the.
I'm 5 feet away. Okay.
Oh no.
So
That's
here's-
right.
here's-
Someone else is already cranking something this turn. You can't do it all at the same time.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll just use my action to dash then, and I'm literally up 5 feet away from it. So,
Okay.
That's where I'm at.
Can you tell me your AC in 1 second? Is it 13 you got on your token there?
Yeah, it's 13. But I'll shield again if something goes to lash
gonna
out
get-
at
you're
me.
gonna
So
get
then it'll be
pseudopoded.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 18.
Okay. 22.
Yep, that hits.
Which means this is gonna do. Oof.
Hey, don't hit me with the big hits now.
Oh,
Wrong one,
okay.
wrong one.
So that is going to be a grand total of 26 points of damage as the pseudopod whips out of the goop beneath you. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. And gives you a good old slap.
Little slap. Okay.
Yep.
I think that's it for me then.
Okay.
I have a bonus action. What do I even do with it? Do I even have any bonus action things?
Oh, we were going to end each round of combat with some dialogue, weren't we?
Yeah.
Technically, this is
Yeah.
dialogue.
I go, ow, rude! 'Cause she understands this thing is sentient to some degree now.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't know if you can understand what I mean, but you can understand my tone of voice. Okay, sir. Rude!
Okay. Anyone else that retroactively want to say something on the turns that they've used?
I already said something on mine.
Something like, I need to build myself a pair of wings.
Oh my god! I so badly want that for you. That's
Imagine
sick.
like haiku,
Oh,
like,
that's
a
so
jetpack
cool.
or like mechanical wings.
Ah.
Yeah.
So we've been joking about
Uh.
mecha haiku, but what if mecha haiku is just you with mechanical wings? You are the Gundam,
Exo
right?
Just need an
haiku.
exosuit,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, Randall then.
Okay, so Randall is going to run towards the tree.
Okay.
So like, I assume I can just jump off this side. and get onto
Yeah,
that
so
roof.
you can jump if there's a 5-foot gap, you can jump that with no problem. 5 foot's easy peasy. Anything over than that, you're gonna have to make sure you've got the extra distance.
Right, and now I want to jump onto the tree.
Okay.
So it's 25 feet to jump onto the tree.
Yep.
I want to run up the tree because I've seen
Okay.
everyone getting whipped by acid
Okay.
tentacles, and I want
Yeah.
to get as far above the ground as I possibly can.
Sure.
So I don't know how far up I can go. But I'm
Let's say
thinking,
this
like,
is a 60-foot tree.
okay. Well, I'm gonna go like 20 feet up
Uh-huh.
above where I currently am, so I'm like 20 feet above the top of the.
Yeah. So the buildings are all about 30 foot high anyway, so you're going above that.
Yes, I'm like 50 feet off the ground.
Mhm.
So then I'm gonna like run slightly around the tree and use that to do a running jump over to this roof here,
Sick.
Yeah, that's sick.
which I'm definitely going to need to do a dash for,
Sure.
because that's 45 up to there. When you do a jump, is that you count that as movement as well, right?
So it's the 10 foot before is the movement.
Okay, so that's 55. Man, I've got too much movement.
Who needs to
Uh,
fly when you can just literally run like the wind?
Yeah.
Flash your way around.
I'm actually going to spend a key point so that I can do my... No, I'm not. I'm just going to do it on my dash. And then I'm going to, I guess, just jump across this one normally. Like
Okay.
a boring person.
Yeah.
Rude.
And then get to the thing and look at it.
I'm gonna take them
Okay.
shoes off.
I want to
So
see
a huge tentacle reveals itself, but is unable to attack you because of
Ah.
the maneuver that you've made.
Yeah,
Nice.
can't reach me.
Nice.
As it starts to kind of linger there, it looks like it's maybe trying to assess the situation to reach on you, but it couldn't as a reaction as you ran past. So this looks like it may be a similar kind of like crank that Oro was referring to. You heard it be a
Mhm.
crank. So you think it's going to take a turn of winding up.
Okay. But
Um,
Aura's already started one, so I'm not going to start this one.
okay. Okie dokie.
But I've got a crank too. I'm waiting.
Okay.
Okay, bro. Right, it's time for some tentacles. This tentacle can't do anything, not at least to Oro and Nugget. So instead, it's going to move itself over here and get in range of Haiku.
Rude.
12 against AC. As a goop
Yeah.
pseudopod
17.
cracks a tree branch beside you. You hear it breaking and smashing, but you're okay. No damage done. On top of our turn order over here, where's this tentacle? Over by Nerdy. Fantastic. So you hear from the building that you've just come out of, from the Needmore Manor, you hear screams as you see a lifted Jared. He is covered in goop. And there is a shaft of goop that is almost kind of like lifting him off the ground, surrounding. It's not up him; it's around him.
No. Won't call him little
Not
bit
sexual
anymore.
in any way. That is like holding him up, so he is lifted, suspended in the air above each of you. It's just goop dripping off. And you can see that he has kind of a wand in hand, and he's being cast around like a puppet, kind of just shaken.
Is the robe and towel holding?
The robe is holding, at
Good.
least.
How
I'll
big's
say
the
my
one?
clothes. My clothes. Damn it.
As
I like that cloak. Oh no.
this floating
What
kind
the
of
fuck?
tentacly, goopy mass is just gangly, like throwing Jared around. But you can see that in the base of the goopy shaft is your turret.
Ah!
Now, you can also see that there is a crystal tucked against the chest of Jared.
Is it the crystal?
The crystal.
I don't like where that's going.
It's gonna die. What?
Who said that?
So, with a 17 against AC for Neurali,
Oh, shield, so you miss.
have you had a turn since you last shielded? Yes, you have.
Mm-hmm.
That's a miss then.
Yeah,
It's an 18
that's
AC
good.
for you. Fab.
That's yeah.
That's the
'cause I-
first attack.
Oh no.
The second is a 16 against AC, so you missed that level miss as well. As two whips slam against your magical shield, they could do a
Watch
lot
me
of
whip.
damage.
Yeah, because I only have
You're
21
okay.
hit points left, so I'm really glad that
Yeah.
that worked out the way that that did, or I would probably have fallen into the goop, and that would have been bad. That would have been real bad.
Okay. Fantastic. Well, um,
I have a request.
yeah.
Do you have a name for the goop monster?
It's Mr. Wiggle.
Oh. After you said Tentacles, I was like, we have to call him Tentacles now. But
I like it.
Mr.
but it's
Wiggles
Mr.
is
Wiggle.
good. Mr. Wiggle is very good.
Tentacles, Mr. Wiggle. Tentacles Wiggle.
Ah, T Wiggle.
T Wiggle, Mr. T Wiggle.
Okay.
Squad.
So the Mr. Wiggle in the center. Who's within range of this? I think it might just be Haiku.
Sick.
Shakes
Can't move as it is.
shakes Jared, and his kind of like jangly body is like cascading around, and a spell comes out of the wand and hits Haiku.
Throw your wand.
I love this shit.
Little wand, right? Short wand, little wand. What's his name?
Little
wand.
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 So saving. Oh no, it's a spell attack. Constitution saving throw as well, please.
Constitution saving.
Oh dear.
You've got a D6 or so.
D6.
Just
And I'm going to use my reaction to give myself flash of inspiration. Add 5 onto that.
I wouldn't bother. You're okay because the ranged spell attack missed.
You're way too kind.
You don't need to use it. Spell attack missed. So you see this kind of like ghastly green ray, kind of just like sicken the wooden boards that you're on. You see moss kind of start to bubble and brown as the ray of sickness starts to kind of like eat away at the flesh of the moss.
I'm really glad I got rid of that dome that detects dampness.
So much dampness everywhere.
Yeah, I think it'd be going mental if I saw it.
This guy over here, however, is going to have a little bit of an attack against Randall and miss catastrophically the first attack, less the second attack, which is going to do a grand total of 17 points of damage, acid damage, as it slams against you, burning into your delicate robes. I've seen so much.
Oh, my delicate
I've
robes.
seen so much. Okay, Nugget and Oro, you guys are cranking away at this lever. Are we happy to say that we're going to continue doing that this turn?
Yeah, pulling the lever.
Okay. You see the crystal starts to throb with magical energy. Certainly, you have activated it.
I've done mine.
Oh yeah.
Can I move now?
Yep.
Was it okay?
So that will be your action, is finishing off that crank. But you can absolutely move.
Okay.
Actually, I'd call it a free action because you kind of started it the first turn.
Okay. I'm gonna get on Nugget. Wait, how high did this tentacle go?
At least 20 foot above the building.
I want to fly 40 foot up.
Okay.
And I want to shoot down at the tentacle.
Okay.
19.
Okay. 6 points of damage as you see your bolt pierce the tentacle and it kind of comes out the other end. You can see right through it, all the way down.
Does it count as a sneak attack?
It doesn't have. You don't have an ally next to it.
But I'm on Nugget.
Unfortunately, it does not
I
count
mean-
as a sneak attack.
Can I do a hunter's mark and
Yeah.
okay. Extra 2?
Okay.
Well, that's replenished. And that's replenished. Okay.
Okay. Anything you want to say?
My lever's done.
Fantastic. Okay.
Oh, I'd like to move it a little bit away. Move 10 foot 10 foot that way.
Okie dokie. Nice and high.
Yeah.
This guy is this little guy is going to try his best to move into range and to whip at you, but will be way out of range. So it's going to have disadvantage on its attack. Yeah, it misses.
Nice.
It's tough. It's tough.
Not easy being
right.
green.
It's not easy being green. I love it. Haiku,
Hello.
it's your turn.
Is the cannon still functional?
The cannon's still functional. You're within range.
How, if we were to have Mr. Wiggles be, of roughly human build,
Yeah.
where would the cannon be in Mr. Wiggles right now?
Roughly the crotch.
Roughly the crotch.
Of course. It's the
I-
only
Perfect.
that's not me trying to be funny. That's where I envisioned it. I didn't envision Mr. Wiggles having a crotch, but that is where I would say if he were
Oh,
humanoid.
we're all
that's
thinking
about
about it now.
And the crystal's gonna be higher up, I'm assuming.
Yes, the crystal is hugged to the chest of Jared.
Oh, and he's on one of the arms, isn't he?
No, there's in the center.
Oh, he's in the centre.
Yeah, center
How
mass.
far away from the cannon?
I'd say about 10 feet.
Okay. Well,
Mr. Wiggles fan art.
particular. I just wonder his action on it. It's an action.
Mr. Wiggles. Date.
Right. So with my bonus action, I would like the cannon to feebly attempt to swim. Swim? Is that the right word here? I think swim is the correct word.
Okay.
Swim towards the crystal.
Okay, you see its little legs flapping.
It's trying.
It does not seem to be moving anywhere.
Very difficult to get grip on.
Yeah.
Does it move at all?
Well, let's say that it moves 5 foot.
5 foot, alright. So I'm now 5 foot away from the crystal.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the decision of Haiku turning to the dark side is what's happening right now. I can see Jack being like, "Do I shoot him anyway?" I can see it happening.
Oh, there'll be no shooting, don't worry. As an action, I'm gonna command the cannon to explode.
Uh-huh. You saw
There'll
me on
be
the
no
shooting
bird
involved.
explode,
There's
right?
no
Yeah.
shooting.
It
Okay.
destroys the cannon and force each creature within 20 feet of it to make a dex saving throw against its spell DC. Spell save DC, taking 3d8 force damage on a fail save, or half as much damage on a success.
They will immediately immediately fail their saving throw because the bomb is inside of the goopy Mr. Wiggles.
Okay. The aim of this is to destroy the crystal, by the way. Just
Uh-huh.
to,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just if there's some collateral.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh no.
That is so bad.
That is awful.
That is so bad. Wow.
Well, the cannon tried its best.
Doesn't admit
So-
what it did.
It's
You
hard for an
suspect-
explosion to really take off without oxygen, you know? It's just like
Yeah.
it's trapped in the
Yeah.
goop.
And there's a certain amount of shock absorbency to the goop, but you see that the structural integrity of the turret ruptures as you see debris and shards start to fling themselves out of the sides of the goop. You do see that enough shards go off into the sky and embed themselves in the rooftop below. But not a huge amount of damage seems to be done. The crystal is still intact. Jared, it looks like he might be bleeding a little bit into the goop, but otherwise, not too bad.
Damn. Well,
Tell you what though, since you've done that inside Mr. Wiggles, I will double your damage.
oh, thank you.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And it makes it a lot better than what
not.
you rolled.
So basically useless.
That's funny.
Uh,
Okay.
well, for the rest of my turn, I'll
Mhm.
just jump this other gap.
Okay.
Right. That is me done.
No, you've got more movement left.
Have I? Does that not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
take movement?
Well, yeah, it takes
Or is
movement.
it
but
just a 5?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I can roll it with 11. Wow.
Wow.
you can use your action for a dash.
No, my action was to explode the cannon.
Oh.
It's the only part of the cannon, like moving it around, which is an action, not a bonus action.
Right. Okay, all right then. Well, Haiku's gonna end their turn saying what?
Shit.
That's fine. I'll take it. I don't
No,
mind.
it's something like nothing personal.
Nothing personnel, kid. Nerly.
Okay. First thing I'm gonna do, hovering over the goop with Pseudopod behind me, going to spend a sorcery point to quicken cure wounds on myself. I'm gonna
Okay.
upcast it. So let me
Mhm.
spend that sorcery point. I think I have to spend two quick spell. 2 sorcery points to turn that into a bonus action. Boop boop boop. Okay. And then I'm gonna upcast it to level 4. I'm probably gonna regret it. We'll see.
We'll take a 20.
No, I don't. I am gonna actually spend one more sorcery point to re-roll the 2 2s. There's 1 2 down there, and there's
Okay.
1 2 up there. That worked out a lot better. So 5 and 7 is 12, 16 plus 9 is 27, right? No, 16, 25
Okay.
plus 25. Boop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did that before I moved because I'm assuming that thing's probably going to get an attack of opportunity, and now I still have my action free, so I'm gonna
It's got to reach a
pop
10
over
foot.
here.
So oh yeah, now yeah. No, you're okay actually. You're still within its threat range, so it hasn't got a reaction.
Oh hell yeah. Okay, perfect. Oh, I guess yeah, I could have just gone here.
Yeah.
She's gonna want to get away from it though. Okay, and I start.
Okay, so this actually isn't a crank. This is just a straight switch.
Oh hell yeah.
Surely enough, you can see the crystal starts to hum with magical energy.
Question.
Mhm.
How many minutes or how many seconds? Because I feel like I flew up. That was a really fast process, and then we had like a brief conversation, and then I made it over here.
Yeah.
How many seconds has that been?
Are
How
you
long
asking
do
for
I
the
have
wings?
wings left?
You're
Yeah,
okay with the
mhm.
wings. You're okay with the wings.
Okay. So at this point, I think I'm gonna start heading back towards Jared, but I'm gonna go like up and over.
Okay.
So it might get a swipe at me, I guess, as
It
I
will
go
do, yeah.
like up and over, yeah. But
Mhm.
I have enough health to survive that now, hopefully.
Sure.
So I What was I was right here.
crack as the ooze goes for a whip attack against you. Rolls a 9.
Hell yeah. So I moved 5 feet to get there. So I'm gonna go. It has a 10 foot. How high would I, based on watching this thing move and getting hit earlier, how much higher would I need to go to be able to fly over without being in threat range?
You want to be at least 15 foot away from it.
Okay, so I went 5 this way, 15 this way, that's 20, so I take another 10 feet back towards, so I guess I'm here, but I'm up in the air.
Above. Yeah.
Yeah, heading back. Let me just put my little...
And you end your turn saying something?
I want to be like, I'm gonna try to get you out of there, yelling over at Jared.
Okay.
That's it.
Randall! You've heard Oro shout that their crank has been cranked.
And have I, because Nerdy just did the lever,
but did not say anything about it.
Didn't say it, but is that like a... I feel like I'm looking around anyway to see what
trees appropriately covering you.
I think Randall's just gonna move to this side to try and move down the ridge a little bit of the roof.
Okay.
Pitch roof.
That will get an attack of opportunity.
Fine. This is in the wrong order then.
It's fucking at 12. Come on! What are these rolls?
Good.
So bad.
To try and gain some protection from the tentacle, and then
you'll certainly have cover.
Gonna do something I don't think I've ever done before. I'm going to use patient defense. Which lets me use a key point to take the dodge action as a bonus.
Oh my god. Okay, so I will never hit you, is what you're saying.
And so, I'm going to then start winding it, and he's going to be like, I'm doing this one! Okay. It's going to take a little while.
This one does take at least a turn and a bit.
Come on.
Fantastic.
Lucky.
You start getting that crank.
Does my movement speed... Can I put my feet on it and run instead and do it much faster?
Come on.
That'd be quick. Just don't let go or she'll go spinning off.
Right. So you started cranking your crank. Go over here. It's gonna
I'm cranking it.
Around here. Try and get an attack on Haiku. You're the only person who lingered around long enough for these middling tentacles to get anything on you.
My fault, I'm slow.
At least one of these hits you.
Even if I cast shield?
Nope.
Okay.
Damn it!
No,
it
doesn't hit him.
Nope,
Okay.
doesn't hit him. No. In fact,
Shield.
I got a 17 and an 18. So that would have been a shit ton of damage on you. But that shield spell has saved the day.
Yeah.
Shield spell has saved the day. Alright, who's
People
this over
really
here?
underestimate shield, man. It's such a good spell.
It really is.
Well,
Remember when Hyacinth could have an AC of like 42 for a round because of shield and flourishes and stuff like that? I think it was 32 actually, and you're just like,
I
what
think it was
the
something
fuck?
like, I remember it being like 27 or something, or 28 maybe,
Yeah.
and being like, the fuck is this? So something about these tentacles is that they have a like an extended range where they can attack out of their normal range, but they do so at a disadvantage. So
Ooh, okay.
this one is attacking Neurally, and rolls
Shield.
a shield. Makes your AC 18, right?
18. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it misses. So many shields.
Shield for the win. Shield bros.
It's a first level spell.
So good. All right. Well, in that case, Jared is shaken by the ooze again, as Mr. Wiggles tries to get some magic out of them. Okay.
They're trying to get the last of the ketchup out of the bottle.
That's it. He's gonna hit him on the head. Could be worse. He could take the last bit of the toothpaste approach and start killing him.
Oh yeah, that was way worse.
Okay.
Giving him a little smack on the bottom to try to get some magic out of him is way better than the toothpaste
Oh,
approach.
I know what I'm gonna do with this.
Oh no.
I know what I'm gonna do. Let's get you out of the way for a sec. How do I draw shapes in this new...
You go to the paintbrush,
Can't be done.
and then
Can't be done.
you can either do draw a shape, or you can do freehand.
Yeah, I've got it, thank you.
Yeah.
And there we go.
That's me.
What?
That's me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
It feels nice to have one of Tom's circles not on me for once.
You know what? I thought to myself, I could put this on Haiku because they'll spend the most time in this circle. But then I was like, that's unfair and a bit metagamey.
Thank you.
So, a thick, dense fog appears.
Okay.
So, when you enter the spell for the first time, aka right now, you must make a Constitution saving throw.
Can it be dexterity?
Oh no.
Ouch.
Nope.
If it's disease or poison, I'm immune to it.
Oh!
Poison,
Wait,
isn't it?
poison damage or poison condition that you're immune to?
I have purity of body, which means I'm immune to disease and poison. I don't know what that.
Yeah, what was
I don't know what.
It doesn't specify,
What
so
more
it's gotta
wording
be all of it.
Right, I suspect that's all of it, but let's just double
Yeah.
check. Purity of body, poison damage is one of the first things that pops up. Immune to poison damage and the poison condition. Oh,
I call that
Oh.
monk bullshit.
honestly, I
Monks are
couldn't,
so
I
good.
couldn't be happier. All right.
Because
so-
Randall finally isn't gonna get rotting slough or some
Yeah.
variation of it. Yay, your body's safe.
I'm just happy for you, honestly. I mean, my monster doesn't get to do any fun damage or anything, but I'm happy that you got a cool moment of completely ignoring a quite high level spell. So a
And
big
if
dense
it would
fog.
only make it not see, I can also see.
Oh my god! Of course you can.
God.
Of course you can.
Monks can't get drunk, but they can get high, so it's fine now.
Yeah, I think you're okay. I don't think it. Oh, it says heavily obscured. Yeah, so you can still see through it.
Mhm.
Oh my god! Completely immune to cloud kill.
Oh, you
As
really
soon as
should,
you
you really
said-
should have
yeah.
cast it on me.
As soon as you said that there was a fog, I was like, no matter what kind of fog it is, Randall can still see, and I love that for them. And then it was
Yeah.
poison, and I was like, hell yeah, this is perfect.
This is my
Lol,
kindness.
Lamau even.
This is me
You are-
not doing it to Haiku.
I'm grateful to you.
It's okay.
Ever
That's
again.
What happens sometimes. But a pseudopod does also give someone a good old slappo. That's going to be against Haiku. I'm kidding. This one's against Nerly.
Okay, I still have shield up.
Yep, so you're an 18. I rolled a
Mhm.
1, so you're okay. This tentacle gets to have an attack against Randall, but this is...
You want to use your D6 on that to try to hit me? I'm kidding. Sorry.
This one's against Randall. Randall is dodging and
Yep.
has partial cover. Jesus Christ, so
Yep.
that's a miss. Nugget, oh! I'm having a bad time. You alright over there?
I'm gonna hit this guy in front of me again.
Okay,
15.
that's a hit.
And Hunter's Mark again on it.
Okay, that's a sizable amount of damage. As you do so, you can see that all of the tentacles that are currently, like the pseudopods that are currently out in the world, flailing around, seem to writhe in pain.
Ooh, love that. They're all connected. A shout. I want to go towards Haiku. I'm still, what am I, 50 foot in the air, I think? Or still
Yeah, you're high. Yeah,
60 foot in the air?
Mhm.
I'm going to go over here.
Okie dokie.
Right. Yeah.
Please beat Haiku to that one.
I've
That'd be so funny.
Go and press a button.
turns trying to get to it.
I did it.
What took you so long?
That's so funny.
Oh, I take those boots off you when we next meet.
Okay, anything else you want to do whilst you're here?
I'll race your haiku.
Oh,
I try to motivate haiku.
Okay. Surely enough, another tentacle appears.
oh.
I
Just want to get
He's taking all the damage as well.
You know, in Dota, sometimes you're like, oh, this hero doesn't have any mobility. I'll build a Thor staff or a blink. We got to sort something out for you. We got to
Really do.
itemize. This is a whip. Hits you.
Hits me.
Yeah.
How much damage does it do? Gosh, how much damage does it do, Tom?
It does 25 points of damage.
25. That's not fire damage by any chance, is it?
No, it's acid damage.
Bugger.
The second pseudopod whip cracks right next to you, breaks some tiles off the roof, and they slip down onto the ground below. Okay.
Dandy.
Dandy, fantastic. Right, this tentacle over here is going to start looming, but it hasn't got that much movement. Haiku!
Right. Well, I'm gonna move down there. It's 5,
Mhm.
10, 15. Jump. 25 and 30. I'm on it.
Hooray!
And I'll quickly turn around and go, ah, beat you to it. Even though that is not at all an achievement. I'm severely lagging behind.
So this is a lever, not a crank.
Oh, lovely. I'll pull it.
Okay.
What else are you gonna do? I'll push it.
There's an element of because
I'll twist it.
because the cranks
Off it.
finish on the next turn and the levers finish on this turn. If you mistimed it, it could have been bad. But you've
bop
timed it. You've done okay.
I want to know what's
Bop
going
it,
on.
twist it. So you start the crystal starts to hum with magical energy. Surely enough, we've got 3 of them down already. Nearly.
Oh God. Okay.
Finger that lever.
God, no.
So I've had a thought, but I don't. This is Katie not being sure how this would work.
Okay.
Neurally would know how her spell works.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ooze is touching the ground, I couldn't earthbind the bit that's up in the air to make it go down to the ground, could I?
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna make my way. So Jared is somewhere in this mess, right?
Yep.
Turret's gone.
Yeah,
Okay.
look for the shrapnel.
Yeah, I can make.
Shrapnel.
Shrapnel.
I can make it there. Hold on, I have to like point and move myself. That's my movement.
Okay.
I know that we're like one go away from exploding the crystal that is hugged to his chest, and I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I would get him out of there. I'm gonna blight specifically the bit of the Mr. What is his name? Mr. Wiggles.
Mr. Wiggles.
That is enveloping Jared.
Okay.
So, Mr. Wiggles, come on, character sheet. Please do blight.
Is that
Please.
Constitution save?
We'll see. Yes, DC 17 Constitution save.
What type of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Okay.
I don't think she would know enough about
it
oozes and
saves.
stuff to know. Okay.
So that
I
means it
think
takes half damage?
Yeah.
And it takes another half damage.
If it has resistance. Oh no. So
Yeah.
it takes like 6 damage.
It takes
That's
6
so bad.
damage.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it sure does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let me mark off that 3rd level spell slot. That's so sad. That's okay. I've got more. And then I'm going to I'm gonna spend a sorcery point. Or is it 2? Wait, quick.
That's sorcery point.
A sorcery point. Yeah, I'm gonna spend 2 sorcery points. We mark them. Boop boop. To cast Mind Spike
Okay.
on the ooze and see how that works as a bonus action. 17 to hit.
Okay. Okie dokie. Oh, I mean, it hits. Yeah.
Okay, and so he takes. Wait, I already have spell description. So it's 3d6. My spells are all messed up. I don't know what happened. Roll20 didn't update. Now half my stuff doesn't work anymore. Oh, 14 points of psychic damage. If he even takes psychic damage. And the next time it has to make a saving throw or something, it takes a d4 off of its roll.
Okay. Good to know.
Okay. And I'm still just kind of on my way over there. Maybe gonna not get too close yet, but when the time comes, maybe try to grab his hand and pull him away or something. I don't know. He
Okay.
might just explode. That might just be a thing I have to live with.
Randall! What are you doing?
I
on your
pull the
turn?
lever.
The crank finishes being cranked. As the crystal starts to kind of visibly heat up, and an
I want to clarify
eruption
that it's
of
not
magical
sexual in
energy
any way.
shoots out of the crystal into like a beam of light into the sky, and you can see all of the other ones across the town have this beam of light that kind of lights up the sky. You can see the crackling energy kind of bolts across the town and immediately connects with the crystal in the center of this ooze. And you can see that Jared, the poor guy, is getting lit up.
This is fine.
As it starts to build and build and build and build and build. And eventually, in a crescendo, the ooze lights up this kind of purple, luminescent, bright light, and an explosion occurs. You shield your eyes as you are splattered with chunks of ooze. You can see that the green-grey ooze starts to kind of diminish on the ground below you, and the tentacles fall into nothingness. It starts to recede away, almost retreating into the need more mana. And as you kind of look back onto the scene, you no longer see Jared.
Yeah.
You no longer see the crystal, but instead you see a standing humanoid plasmoid person.
I already
Dr.
have my friend
Manhattan?
Mr. Wiggles?
I feel like I'm
Kind of like
in
looks
the
around.
air.
You see, it does
Yeah.
not have a face. It is just a blob goo person that kind of looks around. And here's
like
Wait,
Mr.
it's a goo
Wiggles.
them
person?
together.
It is a goo person, yeah.
What
So
size
not
of goo person?
plasma, made of the goo.
It is a plasmoid.
Okay. Maybe I don't know what that means. Plasmoid.
What size are they? Are they little?
Let me get an image for you.
Teeny tiny?
We put them in a jar and take them with us.
Let's see this link if I put it in chat. Can you click on that and see that?
Yes. Whoa.
Oh!
Imagine that without.
Jelly. It's not a jelly baby, it's a jelly grown up.
Imagine that, but
Jelly
without the armor.
man.
Like the water people of Futurama.
Oh yeah. I feel like I was, I'm only like what a few feet. I love it dancing around the screen. It's so pretty. I look back and I'm just like, oh, look at him go. I'm like only like what 10, 15 feet away, and I'm just kind of like, Jared.
It kind of turns around to look at you, and you can kind of see that it forms like a mouth almost, and it is like mimicking the movements that you're making. It says, "Am I Jared? Am I Mr. Wiggles?"
I don't know.
Have we
I was
created
hoping-
life?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do we have responsibility?
Now we
No.
have an in update and a parenting update.
Oh my god. Send Mr. Wiggles to go work at the inn as the cleaning staff.
Oh, yes.
Kind of hoping you could answer that. I look around for signs of an exploded Jared.
You can see the towel, like fragments of the towel cast around the rooftops.
What of the robe?
The robe is
Oh,
also
my
in pieces.
cloak. No.
Oh, no.
My cloak.
Mending.
It take a while to find all the pieces.
Also, I think it looks like a
Yeah.
magical object, does it?
So I give her being nice. I think you're probably just Mr. Wiggles. I don't know.
I feel Mr. Wiggles, but I also feel Jared.
Oh. Maybe you're both.
I was Goo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not all Goo.
Goo man.
Goo.
Instead of,
Person.
yeah. Goo man, goo man.
Goo. Goo. Goo.
I am goo.
Goo. Goo. That sounds good to say. Goo. Goo. Goo.
I'm looking over
Goo.
for my friends desperately. Like, what is Also, I should probably land soon. So I'm just gonna flitter over to the roof here
Sure.
before.
You guys can all return.
Unless if you're gonna wait a minute, I'll pop out.
Honestly, this is the point at which I realize I desperately need Dimension Door. Just like, I will take you with me. Come through the door.
Goo. Hello,
What-
new friends.
What
Have you
happened?
tried saying goo?
Goo.
You've said it a lot today,
Goo.
actually.
Goo.
Goo.
Goo. It's fun.
Goo.
Are you still made out of acid? Or whatever it was that hurts?
It kind of like holds out a hand.
I'm just gonna one finger, see if it burns me.
It's firm to the touch.
No
Oh,
acid
respect.
damage.
No acid.
What do you mean? I'm solid.
Solid. Feel me.
Okay, well, you're not. You don't hurt anymore, so that's good.
I think I remember being Jared. But I also remember being Goo. Goo.
What did you think about when you were Goo? I want to know what Goo thoughts are. Do you remember talking to me when you were Goo?
I remember someone trying to make me not Goo and me hurting them.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I'm sorry about that. Was
Yeah,
that
me
you?
too. Yeah. Sorry.
Truce?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Truth.
It kind
I
of
shake on it.
sends its like plasmid little arm out and friend?
Sure. Nearly.
Mr. Wiggles.
It's nice to meet you.
It's
both.
nice to meet you,
Oh.
all of you. New friends.
What are you gonna do now, Mr. Wiggles?
I do not know.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to help people like you helped me. Become Mr. Wiggles.
How do you feel about helping serve people drinks?
If a job opportunity.
How do you
No,
feel
we-
about
we-
being a Roomba?
We can give you somewhere, to live. You can help about, talk to people. You'll see loads of people.
I think I want to do more.
Yeah, that's fair.
You want to like
Wanna
play
serve
an
food?
instrument?
I like it here. I will help these people.
They probably
Okay.
are gonna need a lot of help cleaning up from the goo invasion.
Jared feels bad about that.
He messed up his sigils, didn't he? It wasn't someone else.
I don't think it was someone else.
We didn't either. It's okay.
We might
Randall,
wanna- we-
Randall was
we-
fully on
Randall's-
that.
Randall's- yeah, no, none of us saw that.
We might want to introduce them to the rest of the town just to make sure we don't give them any shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain things.
Mhm.
Well, as best as we can.
Agreed.
We should probably
Right.
get off the roof to do that.
Mr. Wiggles is just going goo to himself.
Ora's joining in.
Goo.
Chorus of goos.
Just the most neurodivergent group of adventurers all echolalia-ing.
I get the sending stones out, so there's a bit of feedback too.
Oh no, it's when you
Bit of
hold two
distortion.
phones up and it starts going do 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 do, but it's goo 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 goo. Same brain, Grace. All right, well let's get down off this roof, huh?
Okay. You walk down through the manor itself. You can see the wreck of the rooms that have been left behind, the paintings that have been kind of crushed mechanically through the sheer force of the goo as it kind of forced its way out. You can see that the laboratory is completely trashed. And no
We
war
switched
wizard
back into
here
a dress. No more
Okay.
bodysuit. Can't do the
Okay.
bodysuit anymore. Felt like Mr. Tingle flying, just no. Okay. Poor destroyed stuff. That sucks for them. Not my problem though. Keep going.
Yes, that's the attitude.
I mean, I think we did enough. That's
All right. Well, you return to the ground floor and you assess the surroundings. You find yourself with only spots here and there of goo on the ground, as the majority of it appears to have dissipated. You can see that the crystals are kind of burned out in the levers and the whatnot around the rooftops are completely inoperable. And you can see no signs of the shards that were once attached to Jared's chest. But here we are, with one Mr. Wiggles, and a town to explore. And we'll end our session there.
Nice.
We'll be introducing Mr. Wiggles to their new habitat next week on.
No, that's not food.
People are friends, not food. Goo.
Right.
There's a cereal called Cookie Crisp, and it's literally just looks like little chocolate chip cookies. And the commercials on TV when I was a kid would always go Cookie Crisp, and so I'm in my head it's goo.
So similar, so close.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough goo. There was a lot of goo. There was a
There was too much
lot
goo.
of glue. There was a lot of goo. But now we're fine. Now we've got a moderate amount of goo in one place.
We've concentrated our goo into one
Uh-huh.
fun new NPC.
What does the goo?
Don't
taste
say our goo.
What does the goo taste
Not-
like?
like?
Is this a new romance? On that note, you did this to yourself. That's the end of our game.
It really took a turn at the end. We all
He said, "What did the goo taste like?"
sure did, didn't he? Mm-hmm.
Right. That is,
Oh,
that
when you
is the
get a
end of our
chance,
game.
look at the hunt chat.
Oh God.
Nath is,
The wet chat.
Nath is secretly watching us, but an excellent statement.
Nofa said,
the wet
"I'm
chat?
around for a tiny bit of Hunt. It's a game.
Oh.
If you fancy it, after you're done shilling goop for Gwyneth Paltrow."
Oh no.
Ah, great. Her brand is now canon.
Sponsored. Sponsored. Not sponsored. Sponsored. People give us money, please.
Please.
Right. Well done, everyone. Congratulations on resolving that with no casualties.
No, yeah,
Rest in peace,
The
Jared.
same number of memories exist.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think Jared's dead. That's not a casualty.
Is Jared
I think
not
we
dead?
made the D&D version of Dr. Manhattan not dead, reborn anew.
Yeah, I think they're probably a lot happier now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
One can be any size they want.
So many implications. I hate it.
And on that
Oh,
No
note-
longer little wand. All right.
Jared versatile one.
Jelly one.
Fucking
Big one.
hell. Jelly wand.
The
Jelly
movable
wand.
rod. Okay, we're done.
Oh my goodness. Oh, thanks, Juniper System. I appreciate that.
Tom is a good DM. Probably one of the best I've encountered, and I've had a lot of DMs, so.
Stop it, you.
No.
All right, guys, that's the end of our game. We'll be back with more Housebound Adventuring next week, probably. I don't know.
Probably.
We play every Sunday at the same time, unless something dire comes out and about.
Unless we don't.
Unless
Yeah.
we don't. We try to. We try to every Sunday. But we're also real life people, and you know.
Wait.
And your
Listen.
girls get old. Sometimes I'm like, y'all, I didn't sleep well and I can't do it. Something that happened last week. I was like, there have been a few complications and I'm not going to get enough sleep, so let's just not. Y'all, see you next week.
But we'll be back. We'll be back and see what happens with our new friend, Mr. Wiggles. I had a name for Mr. Wiggles, and then I had to name a different. Like when I was going through my notes at the beginning, I was like, "Oh, I didn't name this NPC." And like we were never going to get to that point. I was like, "Oh, I've got to come up with a name for this person," and and that was what I was like, "Oh, I don't know what the name is." And then Grace put in Mr. Wiggles as their chat point redeem, and I was like, "Oh, that's way too good. I'm gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to use that
Absolutely
for this NPC
perfect.
instead."
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
I've put the Discord link in. If we do miss D&D, we usually put in the D&D channel that we're not playing D&D first. So be in there if you want to hear about that. I'll see you next Sunday, or I'll be streaming in the week. Be good. See you later. Bye.
Bye, not
Bye.
fuckos.
Ooh. Oh wait.
Doc, say what you wanted to say.
Goodbye.